Let me know when you see the graphic. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Shh, 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 shh. Welcome to Post High School Football on postsportsradio.com. Corporate sponsor for the 2025 season is McDonald's. I'm loving it. This broadcast is made possible by RRC Wholesale, Payne, Powell, Trude, and Chandler, Post Car Wash, Carson Construction, Harp Girls Holding, Holly's Drive-In, Post Independent School District, XL Energy, Swift Stop Convenience Stores, Post Plumbing, Heating, and Air, George's Family Restaurant, Happy State Bank, Jackson Brothers Meats, Sonic, Post Family Dentistry, Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, D&D Winco 2, KSSL Radio, the Post Dispatch, and Pocalambro. And now here's the RRC Wholesale pregame show on postsportsradio.com. Hey, welcome home to Jimmy Redmond Memorial Stadium at Post, Texas. We have warm fall weather tonight. Kickoff temp should be about 84. By the end of the game, 74 degrees. It's the 10th day of October. Some like Pinktober and some like it Rocktober. However you refer to it, we will probably throw that in all night long. And it's the Week 7 of the 2025 football season, which is the first week of the District 2-2A Division I season. The New Deal Lions have a 2-2 record, and Post is now 4-1. Last week, both teams did not play, and prior to that, in Week 5, the Lions suffered a whooping at the hands of Lubbock Christian, 43-0. Meanwhile, Post was upset by Farwell, 25-24. And according to TexasFootball.com, the 8th-ranked Post Antelopes are favored to win tonight by 26 points. Hello, Jim Plummer here. Thanks for joining the broadcast tonight. Coach John Wright explains Post's game plan for the Lions later in the RRC Wholesale pregame show. Also on the way before the kickoff at 7, Russ Morris takes a close look at the Lions. We'll also review the history of these teams, and we'll get into the season standings and tonight's other games of interest. Russ Morris is here to provide commentary and insight. Carter Petty, PHS Jr., is here to keep up with the stats and insight. And Janice Plummer joins us for the third time this season to shoot video for us tonight. Right now, Russ Morris, please pray. Russ, thank you.
Y'all bow with me. Father God, we thank you for a wonderful week that you're going to start. Thank you for everything that you've done, everything you do. I ask that you provide protection for everybody up here in the stands, officials, coaches, players, and no matter what happens, tonight we do everything according to your will. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right, Russ, we'll look at the New Deal Lions when the RRC Wholesale pregame show continues on postsportsradio.com. Home of the Bold Golden. We're live tonight on YouTube.
Have a great idea for an energy drink, but don't know where to start? At RRC Wholesale, we make it simple. From our chemist creating your perfect formula, to our design team crafting eye-catching labels and retail packaging, we handle it all. As a woman-owned Texas business, we believe in helping brands of every size succeed. With low minimum orders, national and international logistics, and the support to get your drink onto the big box shelves. Ready to launch your brand? Visit rrchwholesale.info or call 806-370-0419 today.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Post ISD is filled with passionate staff, daring students, and deep-rooted traditions of champions. Our state-of-the-art facilities provide top-tier educational opportunities, including career and technical training, advanced academics, and free college courses, creating future-ready antelopes. Our 4-day instructional week allows our students to continually pursue excellence in our distinguished fine arts programs, exceptional athletic teams, and a multitude of other extracurricular activities. Post ISD. We are bold gold.
Post Antelope Football is powered by Post Methodist Church, a place to celebrate faith, experience loving and caring fellowship, and to join together in Christ's call to service. Become a pilot through structured, career, and goal-oriented flight training at Post's very own U.S. Flight Academy. Go to usflightacademy.org. Antelope Wash and Dry. Tackle your laundry fast the Antelope way. Antelope Wash and Dry is at 301 South Broadway. These sponsors make Post Sports Radio a reality. Post Sports Radio streaming live video with audio from Post's Redmond Stadium. Jim Plummer here with Russ Morris, Carter Petty, and Janice Plummer, here to bring you the 6th game of the season, which is the first district challenge for Post and New Deal. Russ, tell us more about the Lions.
Well, the Lions come into this week hoping to pull off a massive upset in the state of Texas tonight. Coach Hill returns for his 12th season as head coach and athletic director for New Deal. Now, he is New Deal's Mike Gundy. Before becoming the AD for his alma mater, Coach Hill spent 17 seasons as an assistant coach on the staff from 1997 to 2013. Then in 2014, he was hired as the AD and has made New Deal a prominent program in 2A Division I. Hill has an overall record of 103 wins and 29 losses, which includes a state championship appearance in 2018. Last season, New Deal missed the playoffs with an overall record of 4-6 and a 1-4 district record. And for the first time since the 2001 season, the Lions had a losing season, thus ending a streak of 23 consecutive seasons with a winning record from 2002 to 2023. The Lions will run a spread offense. They are more physical this year compared to last season. Senior Dallas Sumner returns as the gunslinger for New Deal. On the year, he is 36 for 77 for 423 yards, completing only 46% of his passes with 4 touchdowns and 4 picks. Sumner has also rushed the ball 37 times with 133 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. Now, senior Jacoby Creek is the leading rusher with 42 carries for 286 yards and 3 touchdowns. He is also the team's leader in receptions with 7 for 86 yards. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, the Lions will run a 4-3 defense. That is the defense that they have run the last 2 or 3 weeks or so. New Deal will line up in different formations, also depending on the opposing offense. In their scrimmage against Ropes and victories against Roosevelt and Sundown, the Lions did run a 3-4, but as just previously mentioned, they ran a 4-3 defense against Slayton, and that is the defense that you will hear Coach Wright in the post-family dentistry interview. He will mention that later on, that they will run a 4-3. The Lions' defense has forced 7 sacks, averaging 1.4 sacks per game with 32 quarterback hurries. They have forced 8 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and 4 fumble recoveries, and have caused 7 fumbles. Leading the way on the defensive side of the ball is senior Dalton Martin. He has 76 solo tackles for 87 total, 9 tackles for loss, averaging 17.4 tackles per game and 3 sacks. Free safety Jacoby Creek has 33 solo tackles for 42 total, averaging 8.4 tackles per game. And linebacker Heath Chenault has 33 total tackles for a total of 40, with 2 TFLs, averaging 8 per game and 1 sack. And one thing that should be a focus, we don't know what type of New Deal team is going to show up tonight. They dominated their scrimmage against Ropes. They were the more physical and utilized a lot of RPO. However, Slayton was the more physical team in their loss to the Tigers, and the Tigers ran the ball for over 203 yards and forced 2 turnovers.
All right, Russ, thank you very much. Up next, Carter will flash back to last year's game at New Deal. I'll review the Farwell game, and much more football stuff is coming up on the RRC Wholesale Pregame Show on Post Sports Radio. We are live tonight on YouTube.
In Texas, Fridays are known for one thing: football. High school football just seems to bring people together. That's why McDonald's celebrates that spirit with our $8 Hot and Spicy McChicken Bundle and $10 20-piece Chicken McNuggets Bundle. Both include a basket of fries. So hang out at McDonald's and start a new tradition. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
We play the greatest country music ever recorded. Tune in anytime and anywhere to KSSL 107.3, 94.1, KSSLFM.com, and on our free mobile app. All your favorites are here.
Hi, I'm Alan Jackson.
Hi, this is Mark Chestnut.
Hi, I'm Clint Black.
We've got them all.
Hi, this is Ronnie Millsap.
Hi, this is Patty Loveless.
Hi, everybody, this is Garth Brooks.
Hey, this is George Strait.
I've been listening to this radio station forever.
Proud supporters of high school sports. We are KSSL.
Hey, I want want to do something to help Post and Garza County. Have any ideas?
Well, I remember at one of the football games, the endowment group gave away a lot of money to local charity groups.
What's an endowment?
From what I know, it's a permanent pile of money that keeps growing interest, and the endowment group gives away the interest every year.
But I'm not sure that I have enough to give.
Just give what you can. If everyone gave a little, that adds up to a whole lot of money for local nonprofits, which helps us all.
Go to postgarzacountyendowment.org to find out more. postgarzacountyendowment.org. For good, forever.
It's our energy. But it fuels your life. And your life is our life's work. We'll provide the energy. You provide the power.
All right, we're back live. Sorry about that. Back with the RRC Wholesale pregame show on Post Sports Radio. Tonight's two teams have met 18 times, and Post leads this series 11-6. Last year, Post won 62-20. Carter Petty's here to tell us more about that game. Carter?
Yes, you can see right now, this is what happened last year at New Deal. They landed a helicopter to present like a plaque or something to the AD head coach, right?
Yeah.
And so that happened last year. And in last year's game, your Antelopes would win 62-20 over the New Deal Lions. Post threw for 203 yards and rushed for 312. New Deal threw for 138 yards and rushed for 149. So the Antelopes outgained the Lions by almost 300 yards in last year's game. Both teams turned it over a few times last year, Post with 2 turnovers, New Deal with 3. But the big difference was the New Deal in the trenches. New Deal just couldn't handle the Antelopes. Antelopes had 5 sacks last year. New Deal would end up getting 1. Penalties, both teams were penalized a little bit, not too much. Biggest thing was Post came out firing in the first quarter, scoring 27 points just in the first quarter, and they never let up after that. So New Deal is going to have to find a way to get some momentum early if they want to hang in here with the number 8 team in the state in 2A Division I.
Okay, once again, Carter, folks are looking at the helicopter on the New Deal field. That was a presentation for Coach Matt Hill. Been there how many years, Russ? That many?
19 at least.
Okay.
Lots.
17 or however many.
Congratulations to Matt Hill for being there that long. All right, well, last week the Antelopes rested because of the bye week, so 2 weeks ago was another exciting game at Farwell this time. Russ Morris writes about it in the Post-Dispatch, and he says the number 2 Bold Gold Antelopes traveled to Farwell for their final pre-district game of the season. The game began with Farwell scoring on the first drive of the ball game. Post answered on their opening drive and an 11-yard touchdown pass from Josh Segura to Draven Gonzalez, but the ensuing extra point would be unsuccessful. The Steers scored once more in the first quarter, increased their lead 13-6. The second quarter would be a defensive showcase as the two teams struggled to find the end zone. The Steers, by the way, went into the locker room with a 13-6 lead. The third quarter began as a defensive battle. Farwell scored with 3:28 remaining in the quarter. The Steers would miss the extra point, thus making the score 19-6. The Antelopes answered with 56 seconds remaining in the third, with a 2-yard touchdown pass from Josh to Sean Ramos, and failed to convert the 2-point try. Therefore, the score was 19-12 at the end of the third quarter. Meanwhile, the Bold Gold scored first in the fourth quarter with a 19-yard touchdown pass from Segura to Gonzalez. After failing to complete the extra point attempt, the Antelopes trailed 19-18. And with 4:35 remaining in the game, Post took their first lead of the game by way of a 14-yard touchdown rush to Luca Perez. The Bold Gold failed to convert the 2-point try, but led 24-19. Farwell mounted a 10-play, 60-yard drive and scored the go-ahead touchdown with 36 seconds remaining. The Antelopes prevented the Steers from converting the 2-point attempt, therefore leaving the score at 25-24. The Post began their final drive with 29 seconds remaining. The drive scored with an incomplete pass from Segura to Ramos, and with 29 seconds left on the clock. The next play, Segura had his pass intercepted, thus sealing the victory for Farwell. That's it. If you want to read the whole story and nothing but the story, there's more to it. Get the Post-Dispatch this week. Now let's go to see the results from Thursday night's football action with Carter Petty.
So last night, the junior high and the JV both played here at the Redmond. The junior high would win in a score of 32-12, looking very good against a pretty good-sized New Deal team. The 7th and 8th grade both played together last night and took care of business, winning that game. The JV, long, hard-fought, high-scoring game. Were not able to pull out the victory. They would lose 42-36, but looking very good for your future Bold Gold Antelopes.
The JV quite literally ran out of time at the end of the game in that one.
All right, guys. Jim's a little bit lost here. We'll take a break, come right back. Russ is going to look at the standings. I know that for sure, so we'll be right back with that.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
Not every pass leads to a touchdown, but every game can be a win with Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post. With high-quality beef and pork cuts of every variety, plus their sausage and world-famous beef jerky, you might have to play some defense around the dinner table. But this football season can be as delicious as it is entertaining. Located at 121 South Avenue H in Post, call today at 806-495-3245 for Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post.
Trey Payne and his team at Payne, Powell, Truett, and Chandler are available for all of your legal needs. With offices in Post, Lubbock, Hereford, and Clovis, New Mexico, the team is ready to offer legal solutions in personal injury, family law, criminal law, real estate, and estate planning. Give them a call at 806-368-8712. Payne, Powell, Truett, and Chandler Law Firm. Call 806-368-8712.
Skip the drive-thru, drive in, and drive back to a simpler time. Our car hops come to your car to take your order at Holly's Drive-In, 615 South Broadway in Post, featuring old-fashioned burgers, fries, shakes, malts, along with Mexican food, sandwiches, salads, and so much more. And best of all, it's served hot and fresh right to your car. Don't drive by, drive in to Holly's Drive-In, 615 South Broadway in Post. Call ahead at 495-2704 for Holly's Drive-In.
Hello, this is the pregame show brought to you by the RRC Wholesale Company on postsportsradio.com. We're live tonight and free on YouTube. Coach Wright explains Post's game plan for the Lions later at about 6:50. Russ Morris is here to review our District 2 2A Division 1 as well as District 1 2A, correct?
Yes, so we're now in the part of the year where we can actually take a look at the playoff picture. Looking at District 1, West Texas Stinnett, the Comanches, are the only team undefeated in District 1. They are in first place at 5-0. Number 3, Panhandle in second at 4-1. Spearman and Sanford Fritz are tied for third at a 3-2 overall record. Amarillo Highland Park at 5th and 2-3. And Sunray, the shock of the district, they are 0-5. This week, West Texas is a 37-point favorite at Highland Park. Panhandle, a 77-point favorite at Sanford Fritch, and Spearman is a 2-point favorite at Sunray. Now taking a look at our district, us and New Home are tied for first place at a 4-1 overall record. Abernathy at 3, believe it's either 3-1 or 3-2. Abernathy at 2-2, Olton at 2-3, and Floydada at 0-5. Number 8, Post, a 26-point favorite against New Deal. New Home, a 7-point favorite over Abernathy, and Olton, a 26-point favorite at Floydada. That's your playoff picture, Jim.
All right, thank you, Russ. The Post Family Dentistry pregame interview with Coach John Wright is coming up next on the RRC Wholesale pregame show on Post Sports Radio, live tonight on YouTube.
$7 for coffee? Nah. How about Sonic's Salted Caramel Toffee Iced Coffee with cold foam for only $2.99? It's the fancy without the pricey.
If you want to live free, In the rhythm of small-town life, Poca-Lambro has been the steady beat, connecting communities for over 70 years. In a world that's always evolving, your connection matters. That's why Poca-Lambro proudly provides fast, reliable internet services, reaching speeds of up to 1 gig on our fiber network. Whether you're running a business, staying connected with loved ones, or exploring the endless possibilities of online learning, Poca-Lambro is here to power your dreams with blazing fast internet. Introducing the Smart Hub, our new paperless billing app. Simple, convenient, and environmentally friendly, it puts the power of managing your account right at your fingertips. And when you need support, we're not just a voice on the line. At Poca-Lambro, we believe in the warmth of in-person service. Our dedicated team is committed to ensuring you have the best experience because your satisfaction is our success. We're not just keeping up, we're leading the way in providing cutting-edge telecommunication services to rural areas. Join us in embracing the future. Your dreams, our connection. Poca-Lambro, connecting our communities for over 7 decades.
Bold Gold stands for power, grit, hope. It pumps through our veins and lives in our hearts. It's built people, businesses, communities. Those 2 words are what we Post Texans live for. It's what we at Post Plumbing love. New construction, commercial and residential plumbing and HVAC. Call the R Brothers. Go Bold Gold.
The community of Post continues to be committed to the Post Antelopes, just as Happy State Bank is committed to our customers. Perseverance, commitment, and resilience are key ingredients for success both on and off the field of play. Whether you are cheering on the Post Antelopes, starting a new business, or planning for the future, Happy State Bank is here for all your life's moments. Let us be your partner at Happy State Bank. Visit us in person or at happybank.com.
Happy State Bank, a division of Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
Welcome everybody to the Bold Gold Coaches Interview, sponsored by Post Family Dentistry. Russ Morris here along with Coach Wright. Coach, glad to be back after the bye week.
We're glad to be back in a normal routine again, yeah.
So, how did you guys attack the bye week last week?
Well, early on in the week, we spent about the first day kind of fixing what was broken and kind of revisiting Farwell. We didn't want to live in it, but we did have some things we had to fix. And then about Tuesday and Wednesday, we started working a new deal, right away and started preparing for them. So we had plenty of time to prepare, and we didn't take a day off. We practiced 4 days last week and spent a big portion of our week coaching wise, getting data together and video and preparing for new deal.
The timing couldn't have been better. You're coming off of back-to-back emotional games. Was the timing perfect just to give you guys just a good break, just to reset?
Yeah, we needed, we needed not only a break from all the high emotions, but we needed a break from expectations and things like that, and not only that, but I don't know if everybody really understands the emotional strain that goes into being a top 10 football team and staying that way. And there's just a lot of for teenage boys to be able to maintain like that, they need a break every now and then. And last weekend we all got a good break. We didn't do anything on Saturday or Sunday, coaches wise or player wise. And everybody got a chance to just kind of reboot, and that makes a big difference. I know it did. It made an enormous difference for me to get all the externals off of my mind and get focused back on kids and football in general,
Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about New Deal. They're probably, from their head coach down to their quarterback, probably the most experienced team that you'll probably play this year, Dallas Sumner, he's their starting quarterback. He's been their starter all 4 years pretty much. And then Coach Hill, I like to call him the Mike Gundy of the area because he's been there. He's graduated from New Deal, longtime assistant since 1997, and now the Golden Boy is their athletic director. So what can you expect from the Lions tonight?
Coach Hill and I are friends, and we've known each other for a long time, and I got a lot of respect for him and the program that he's built there. We can expect them to be big and aggressive, just like always. And you mentioned Dallas. Dallas has really kind of matured this year. He's been much more consistent. He's bigger and stronger, and he's a really competitive kid. So, they're going to bring a good team over here. And, we've been preparing for good and for tough and for, close and all that ever since our last game of the season last year. So they're going to bring a good product over here. We're going to have to play well. We're going to have to make fewer mistakes than what we did, in weeks past, and stay consistent and tough defense and offensively move the sticks and score touchdowns.
How would you describe what they do defensively? Are they matchup based, or how would you describe what they like to do?
Honestly, they're a 4-3 defense right now. That's all they've really run for the last several weeks. They're going to keep, two big ones on the inside, and they're going to be up the field. And really all we can do is prepare for what they do. Like last year, we showed up for the game there, and they were running a man coverage with no free safety, and we literally checked the play at the very first play of the game, and that may be something we have to do this week with them. But we've prepared for a 4-3 defense that they've been running, and in short, we've kept it very simple on our end to be prepared for just about anything.
Josh Segura is making his first start in district competition. How has he gone about his preparations over the bye week, and how do you think he's going to look tonight?
I look for Josh to perform about the way he has been, maybe a little better. He's had 3 of the best practices he's had all year this week, leading up to this game. His completion percentage in practice has been about 90%, whereas in weeks past it was around 80. When the game starts, that could always go out the window. It could be out of this world or average, it's hard to predict. But I will say this, Josh has done an awesome job of taking what we do and improving on it weekly. And I'm just as happy as I can be with Josh. He gets better each week, and that's a sign of a good player. And good.
All righty, well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to do this, and next time we meet, hopefully we're talking about a win over the Lions and preparing for Olton.
$7 for coffee? Nah. How about Sonic's salted caramel toffee iced coffee with cold foam for only $2.99? It's the fancy without the pricey.
Do you want to live free?
Post Car Wash is the place to keep it clean at West 14th and North Avenue K. Post Car Wash is a modern, soft-touch experience featuring ceramic waxes, a cutting-edge wax that will shine your paint and leave a slick finish. Get the Touch 4 Wash app for a quick, convenient way to pay. You'll get $1 off when you use the app, as well as earn points for future washes. Give your vehicle the attention it needs. 1 block west of Highway 84 behind People's Bank on West 14th. Keep it clean at Post Car Wash.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
George's Family Restaurant is open all day at the crossroads of Highways 84 and 380. George's famous food has been served in Post since 1979 and continues to provide its customers with quality food and service. Enjoy Mexican food, barbecue, Greek food, steaks, appetizers, and good all-American food. Everyone gets free ice cream with a meal. Dine in and take out available. Call-in orders welcome at 806-495-3777. George's Family Restaurant serves Post famous food all day at Highways 84 and 380.
George's Family Restaurant, famous food for the entire family. The first quarter of Bold Gold football is presented by George's Family Restaurant.
We're back on. Hey, thanks for joining us back at Jimmy Redmond Memorial Stadium. It's post-Antelope football, first game of district play in the 2025 season against the New Deal Lions. And let's see what happened with the coin flip.
So the Antelopes would win the toss and they would elect to receive. So the Lions will kick it to the left on your screens or to the north.
That's unusual for the Antelopes to elect to receive. Why is that, Carter?
Well, me and Russ think that it's because last week we never had control of that game, or not last week, the week before last, against Farwell. We never controlled the game. Farwell had a long opening drive, and so we were just were always chasing, always behind. So I think Coach Wright this week wants to just try to get out to a fast start and be able to control the game.
A little change in our lineup tonight. Max Cole not going to be able to play for us tonight. Of course, Landon Garcia is still out, but Mason Wright is back. So
yes.
Our center's back and also our kicker. And we won't see him kick right now because we'll be receiving. And back to receive for the Bold Gold Antelopes is Sean Ramos along with Randon Curtis, the two deep guys. And it looks like number 22 should be the kicker for the Lions. That's Jacoby Creek, who seems to be almost Mr. Everybody when it comes to statistics.
Yeah, well, I was watching him warm up kicking-wise, and he could kick it pretty far. So I expect this to get back to Ramos or Curtis.
All right, Creek ready to kick. From the right 40 to the left 40. It's going to be short, high pooch, caught. Oh, mishandled. It's on the floor, and New Deal may have gotten it.
It went out of bounds. The kick went out of bounds. We fumbled it out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Antelopes.
Ooh.
The ball's going to be at the 31. So Isaiah Moreno catches a break on that one.
Yeah. Almost lost that, Mo. Get that momentum going to start the game here in just a second.
Speaking of returning to action, Mason Wright makes one of his appearances starting on the offensive side of the ball this week at center. He will join Olegario Gomez, Jacob Price, Mauricio Martinez, and Sebastian Martinez as well out there. Here we go.
Randy Curtis in backfield. Flag thrown at the snap on 1st and 10. It's over to Draven Gonzalez. What to redo this play, it looks like.
He was knocked out of bounds by Jacoby Creek.
Oh, you're going to call it against New Deal.
Yeah.
Offsides.
They're going to get him for encroachment.
So we'll decline that.
Free play gets a first down, right?
Yes.
First down brought to you by Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler.
Taking the defensive line for the Lions tonight. They're going to line up in a 4-3. Looking at number 68, Austin Murphy. You're also going to look at number 55, Michael Beck. That's 65, Mason Rodriguez. They're going to do this a lot out here.
Snap to Josh Segura. Passes on the slant route down the middle. Oh, little bit mishandled by, is that Ramos?
Yes.
Josh Ramos almost had that catch. Would have been another first down, but it'll bring up 2nd and 10 now.
Well, he had also open as well was Alec Garcia, but he went with Sean, which was the taller of the two, and just a little bit too high for Sean, and as he was bringing it down, he got hit, thus dropping the pass.
All right, so from the post 45-yard line, it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. You got two receivers on both sides. Quarterback Segura takes the snap, hands off to Curtis, goes up the gut, breaks the tackle, spins, gets past the 50 into New Deal territory.
Dalton Martin winds up bringing him down, as well as number 65, Mason Rodriguez.
All right, Josh Segura comes to the sideline, gets a play from Coach Wright, ready for 3rd down and about 4. Ball's at the 49?
49.
It's in New Deal territory. Post all black tonight. Another free play for the Antelopes. Offsides again by the defense. Segura's going to throw it at the last second. and out of bounds in the direction of Draven Gonzalez.
And it's going to be a false start. I mean, a offsides against New Deal. They technically false started. They
should be a first
early.
down too, right?
Yes, it should, and it is.
All right, so due to the 5-yard penalty, it gives Post another Payne, Powell, Truitt, and
Chandler.
I was going to say Crutcher. Sorry about that. All right, sorry about that, guys. 44-yard line now, 1st and 10 for the Antelopes. 44 yards away from the south end zone. Josh Segura, passing quarterback for the Antelopes, takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. Brandon Curtis finds a big hole down the middle, gets past the 30, and that's going to be close to another first down.
A first down.
That is a first down, as he's brought down by number 3, Josiah Mendoza. Winds up bringing him down.
Antelopes get the ball first to start this game, moving at will at this point from the 29-yard line now. 1st and 10 after another Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler first.
So filling in for Max Cole this week is number 21, Aiden Rodriguez. He's in the slot over there, trips to the left side.
You got 3 over there. He's the one on the inside right.
Yes.
Pass is going to go deep, and it's going to be picked off. That was thrown up for anybody, and the interception was about the 15-yard line. The interceptor, number 9, is already down to close to the 45.
Finally brought down by Josh Segura and Oli Gomez were the both 2 ones that come up from the bottom of the pile on that one. And that ball was it was severely underthrown. It looked like it was going to be all going towards Sean in the back corner, far corner of the end zone. It just hung up there and just caught too much hang time.
Yeah, Kylan Galindo with the pick, and that's going to stop the drive by the Antelopes. Start this game now. New Deal, their first possession in the first quarter, 10:26 to go. First quarter brought to you by George's Family Restaurant. There's a snap to the quarterback 11, Sumner. Dallas Sumner hands it off to his running back. He has a couple guys usually get the ball. That would be number 20 this time, Jonas Rodriguez.
It is brought down by number 20, Luca Perez. Winds up bringing him down. Gains of about maybe 1. Gets it to the 44.
Okay, so 2nd and 9 for New Deal.
We're going to need Luca to step up tonight with Max Cole not being on the back end. We're going to need him to make even more tackles than he already does. Okay, we got 4. We got quads to the right side here.
There's a bubble screen right, caught on the loose. I think that's 18 should be Isaiah Santoyo.
And it's going to be it's going to be a big gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 2.
Yeah, picks about 6.
Whenever they throw those screen passes like that, got to make the open field tackle, one-on-one tackle out there. If we can do that, we'll be able to shut that down.
Well, Farwell really hit us on that bubble screen on both sides.
New Deal loves to run screens. When they scored on their opening drive against Roosevelt, they ran a fake screen and had a wide-open guy running a fly route down the far side of the field.
3rd and 2 from the post 49. Sumner takes a snap. He's going to keep it and run, trying to get a first down, and he pushes his way past the gain marker, and he gets down to the 46.
Good read by the defensive line. Unfortunately, it was not enough to prevent it from getting the first down, as Daniel Carroll winds up bringing him down for a loss. Jacob Price comes in now for Sebastian Martinez.
Dallas Sumner's your 4th-year starting quarterback for the New Deal Lions, and he's got the experience. Obviously, probably doesn't have as much support as he needs to be the quarterback that he could be.
Put on a lot of weight this offseason.
Yes, he did.
Don't know that they don't send us weights and heights anymore. Guys are a little bit apprehensive about that these days.
False start.
All right, against New Deal, 10-yard or 5-yard penalty.
You just need to capitalize on this mistake, because as we found out 2 weeks ago over at Farwell, any little mistake could wind up killing your drive.
All right, back to the New Deal territory at about the 48. It's going to be 1st and 15.
Yeah, they got it right at the 40. Knows the ball's touching the 49-yard line, Jim.
49, okay. Once again, 1st and 15. This is from New Deal 49. Dallas Sumner in the shotgun. He's going to look left, looking to pass, keeps looking left, finds a second receiver, and it's intercepted by Post.
Draven Gonzalez
battles for the ball with number 7, Rudy Martinez, and Gonzalez for Post comes up with the pick.
Draven's just playing like a receiver right there. Just go get the ball, and if it's tipped around and he came down with it, it's a great play there by Draven Gonzalez. So it'll be Antelope football right at midfield.
So Max Cole out, got Draven Gonzalez filling in from him on defense.
In-line territory.
So he's got the receiver's hands. He can do it, and he just did it. All right, from the New Deal 49, post 1st and 10. Snap's going to go to the quarterback, and then Randy Curtis gets the handoff, goes down to the 46.
Dalton Martin winds up bringing him down. It's number 8 as well as number 20, Jonas Rodriguez. Ends up bringing him down as well. It's going to be a short gain.
47.
Yeah, gets to the 47.
Picks up 3. So 2nd down and 7. All right, so Josh Segura, the quarterback. To his right is Randy Curtis. Got 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Quick bubble screen right to Draven Gonzalez. Runs over a couple tacklers and is pushed out of bounds.
Wrapped up out of bounds by number 3, Josiah Mendoza. And that's enough for a Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler first down.
Amen. All right, so closer and closer to the end zone. Post got real close moments ago and threw an interception. Hopefully we'll do better on this possession, second one of the game. First quarter brought to you by good folks over at George's Family Restaurant. We got 7 minutes, 28 seconds to go.
Let's see.
Official timeout. Somebody's got to leave the game. That's going to be number 8 for what other reason? Dalton Martin.
Yeah, that's big. That's their leading tackler, the leading tackler in the area, according to the AJ.
Leaving the game for what reason?
I don't know.
He doesn't look hurt. He must have said something you can't say.
No, I bet his helmet popped off. I don't know. I was putting in the stats, so I didn't see the end of that play.
Okay. All right, so 1st and 10 Antelopes. Run by Randy Curtis. Breaks loose, gets close to a first. Takes it down to the 29.
Wrapped up with a shoestring tackle by number 60, Heath Chenault.
Just short of the first down.
So it'll be 2nd down and 1 coming up for the Antelopes. Well, they got the 27-yard line? 28?
Oh, boy.
28, yeah.
Yeah, 28.
All right, so post from the 28. Got to get 1 yard for another first. Segura's going to hand off to Randy Curtis. He gets stopped in the backfield this time. His forward motion should be a loss of about 2 yards.
Yeah, that was just a busted play. One of the guards on the Antelope line missed their block.
So loss of 4 yards on the play. Corrected.
Who made the tackle?
I believe that was number 68 that wound up slinging him down. Austin Murphy, junior defensive lineman.
It's going to be about 3rd and 5 here. I would like to see us throw it out here to Draven on that little screen again. It's worked a lot. I know you've ran it a couple times tonight in trips to the right here.
You got Rombo split left. Gonzalez split right. Back to pass Segura. He looks left. Now down the middle to Ramos, and he catches it. What a catch with a defender in his face for the bold goal touchdown.
Throws it just over the fingertips of number 9, Colin Galindo, and it bounces into the breadbasket of Sean Ramos for a bold goal touchdown.
That is a true 32-yard touchdown pass from Segura to Ramos. Post first team to score in this game. First game at District 2-2A Division I in the 2025 year. All right, holding the ball, Segura. Mason Wright back to kick.
It's good.
And there you go. We love getting those extra points. Missed those a couple weeks ago. All right, so let's take a break here on Post Sports Radio. Carson Construction score, Post 7, New Deal 0.
This message is a courtesy of Harp Girls Holding.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This message is a courtesy of Harp Girls Holding.
All right, sorry about that, folks. We missed the extra point by Mason Wright, but he made it. We did get the touchdown, didn't we? Okay, we're good there. Anyway, drive summary. Here's Carter Petty.
That was a 5-play, 49-yard drive. It took 2 minutes and 54 seconds off the clock, and it was capped off by a Sean Ramos touchdown, and that'll bring your Carson Construction score 7-0. And here is Mason Wright to kick it off for the Antelopes.
Poca Lambro brings you the drive summaries. A great internet here at Redmond Stadium. We appreciate that. right with the kick. This one's deep and long. It's going to go inside the 10-yard line, bobbled and picked up by number 15, it looks like, and he runs back towards the end zone, trying to get around the defenders, cuts upfield, gets back to the 15 and knocked out close to the 20. That is number 15. That's Jackson Atterbury.
It was corralled out of bounds. Daniel Young had an angle on him to force him out of bounds, but he bobbled that ball right around the 8-yard line and ran all the way into the end zone and came all the way back up to around, they say, the 16.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Lions, their second possession of the game, right?
Yes.
And they are starting off on their own 17-yard line on the right hash mark.
They had a lot better field position last time, Jim.
Dallas Sumner, the quarterback, takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to his running back. We believe is number 20, Jonas Rodriguez.
That's correct.
He's brought down by number 11, Adon Gonzalez. You're going to see a lot of RPO out of New Deal. That's what they've done with Dallas Sumner ever since he was a freshman when he started 3 years ago. So
they've yet to run that speed option to the outside. They really like that play. We've yet to see it, but it will be run sooner than later.
All right, so Dallas Sumner in the shotgun. Rodriguez running back to his left. Got a receiver on both sides. Rodriguez in motion. Whistle is blown. Flag is thrown.
I believe the Lions jumped.
That's correct. Their second one of the night.
All right.
Pre-snap penalties are killer. New Deal last year had over 100 yards in penalties against us. So
what do they have now so far in this first quarter?
They will put them at, that's their fourth penalty. They've had 2 offsides and 2 false starts, so all pre-snap.
Wow. Okay, so it takes it back to the original line of scrimmage, bringing it up 2nd down and 10 for the Lions.
Watch the screen.
They got a group of 4 on the left side, usually a bubble screen. Now it's going to be a slant route. Oh, intended for number 8 and in and out of his hands for Dalton Martin.
Intended for Dalton Martin, and he was tackled early by Colton Hawkins, but you can get away with that if the tight end looks like he was going to chip first. So if he chipped first, he was in the process of blocking. So that's how he got away with that one. This brings up a big 3rd down for the Antelopes. They could try to regain, keep their momentum that they earned off the touchdown.
Senior quarterback Sumner with the receiver on both sides, the tight end, and a wingback. He back to pass in the pocket, looking deep down the middle, throws up, and it's off target big time for number 15, Jackson Atterbury.
Good coverage by the Antelope secondary, forcing him off of, making him change his route mid-stride, forced him to the right when the ball was thrown to the left. Good job by Luca, Raiden Osborne, and Aiden Rodriguez back there in coverage as well. So it was in triple coverage back there.
4th down now and 10 in the punt. Number 9, Kylan Galindo.
Draven Gonzalez back to receive.
He's got 1 return for a touchdown this year. He catches it at the New Deal 48, trying to come right, and still on his feet. Breaks a few tackles. Took a shot to the head as well.
Yeah, he made the first guy miss, but then he was corralled by a pack of Lions all the way down at the 40-yard line. It was number 33, Nash Ginn that winds up bringing him down.
So Draven's going to be a little bit more tired tonight since he's playing defense as well for the first time this season, in a full-time capacity at least.
Oh, yeah.
So Post has the ball at their own 40, 60 yards to go to the south end zone. Got a 7-0 lead, the Cars Construction score, Antelopes lead. Josh Segura, shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side. Hand off to Curtis, sweeps right, tries to find a hole and falls for about 2, maybe 1.
Slung down by number 33, Nash Ginn. Gains a very short 1.
All right, so 1-yard game, 2nd down and 9 to go. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go. And the George's first quarter. Hollies has the 3rd. We got a bunch of restaurants, which is good. makes you a little bit hungry. Of course, Sonic in the 4th.
Those are all the staples here in Post.
That's right. There you go. Glad to have them all on. 41-yard line, 9 to go for the first for the Antelopes. Segura takes a snap, handoff. It's going to be to Curtis. Sometimes we'll see Perez in there. This time it's Curtis. Perez hadn't come in yet as a running back. We'll probably see him later.
Number 55, Michael Beck, winds up throwing him down for a short gain.
Yeah, 3-yard gain for Curtis. It'll be about 3rd and 6.
The Lions have shown blitz so far this entire drive, sending, if not one, both of their linebackers.
You know, Randy Curtis this week listed as the 5th leading rusher in the Lubbock AJ area.
They're doing it again.
Back to pass. Segura looking right. Gets out of the pocket. Throws deep. Up for grabs. And I think, somebody came over
the
there.
The rest of it is caught by Draven.
Yep.
So he's running all the way down. He's running like a slant route all the way down to the 30. And he comes all the way back.
To the 40.
To the 42 to wrestle the ball away and get it for a first down.
Well, there's going to be a little discussion, but there was obviously a tussle for the ball. And Draven came up with it.
There's a yellow cloth back there at the 38-yard line. It's it's behind the line of scrimmage. I think we know what they're talking about.
But I don't think it's a flag. I think it's tape. Oh, it is a flag.
Right there at the 40 and 38.
And it's a foul against the
Antelopes.
Against the Antelopes.
It looks like tape. It doesn't even look like a flag, but I guess it is a flag.
They called holding.
Okay, so a 10-yard penalty against the Antelopes. They don't take it from the spot of the foul.
So let's see where they.
Let's say from the.
They're gonna mark it off from the line of scrimmage. It's a 10-yard penalty
from the 44. Okay, from the line of scrimmage
to the 34.
That's right.
Right there.
We can add. We can subtract. So Post suffers a holding penalty to negate that last play, which was, I guess we can say, offensively or defensively, Draven Gonzalez, if it's balls up in the air, he's going to get it.
Yes.
Yeah, he just wanted that more than the defender, and Draven's made some great plays already tonight.
Soft coverage on near side of the field.
He's wide right this time. A screen play is intercepted. Fumble.
Oh,
it's an incomplete pass.
Oh, that's good for Post.
The defender did not have complete possession of the ball when it was knocked out.
So we're trying to set up that little screen to Daniel Young. That's a play we haven't seen so far this year. It's something they put in this week. Did not work, and the Antelopes had to punt here on 4th down.
All right, 4th down and 16 for the Antelopes.
The ball was just overthrown by Josh Segura.
That ball was overthrown, and it was just hung. That's like it was on his first interception.
Who was it who tried to catch? Was it 22?
It was number 22, Jacoby Creek.
Strong safety. He'll have to go back there and receive this punt, or somebody will.
The officials came together and met, and they ruled that it was incomplete, which I'm actually surprised that they ruled it incomplete. I thought that he did intercept it and then fumble it.
He took at least 2 steps.
Creek back there to return the kick, or return the punt.
We'll take it as the Antelope fans here.
4th and 16. Luca Perez in the punt. Got the snap. Punts it up. Nice. Be caught. Ooh.
It was a late fair catch there.
Yeah, that's very late. Raiden was going to take his head off.
Yeah, Jacoby Creek didn't get his hand up quick enough. But yeah, Raiden was about to take him down. All right, Raiden Osborne stays out there as a cornerback on the right side for the Antelopes.
All right, so your defensive line to begin this drive is number 52, Sebastian Martinez, number 78, Jonah Pequeno, number 45, Daniel Carroll.
Got Adon Gonzalez out there, linebacker, along with 24, of course. Hawkins.
Young.
Handoff.
No, QB keeper.
QB keeper comes left a little bit, cuts back to the middle, and picks up maybe 2.
Adon Gonzalez and Daniel Carroll wound up bringing him down on the tackle. Vicente Hernandez checks back in for Pequeno.
We'll do our linebackers one more time. We got Luca Perez, the far left side. Daniel Young, inside linebacker. You got 24, Colton Hawkins inside, and also it's going to be Adon Gonzalez on the right side. All right, so Dallas Sumner to quarterback on 2nd down and 8 from their own 36. New deal with the ball, facing the north end zone. It's going to be an option play going left to Rodriguez. He gets the pitch, and it's stopped almost immediately.
Brought down by Aiden Rodriguez and Draven Gonzalez, and now Jacob Price checks in.
I think it was Hawkins with the tackle. He was there first.
No, it was definitely Aiden.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Draven, yeah.
It was Aiden and Draven.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you guys can't see. It's me with the problem.
No, Colton took Sumner's head off on the pitch.
Okay, there you go.
No, that was a Don, I think. I think a Don hit Sumner.
We'll have to go home and watch the video. Remember, you can rewatch this game over and over on YouTube when you want to. All right, so it brings up 3rd and 7. Dallas Sumner with the running back to his right. He's going to fake the handoff, play action play, right flat, caught. First down and more on the loose at the 40 to the 30. Brought down right after that, close to the 25.
Yeah, Colton Hawkins with a touchdown saving tackle as they wound up going with the short curl route right at the sticks. That's a play that's called sticks because you're running those curl routes right at the first down marker.
As Josiah Mendoza with the catch and run gets his team a first down deep in the post territory, now at the 27 on the right hash mark.
In all of the Lions' victories, Jim, they love to get their skill players involved. They are really big on their receivers.
Dallas Sumner takes a snap. Play action, thrown to the end zone this time, up and incomplete. No hanky-panky, no interference.
No, Aiden Rodriguez tried to go up there and do his best, try to face guard, which is something you can do.
He located the ball. He located the ball that time, Russ. He looked back and saw the ball and broke it up.
All right, so it brings up 2nd and 10. New Deal trying to get on the board for the first time. Carson Construction scores 7-0, post leads. Still in the first quarter, 1:11 to go. And a beautiful night at Redmond Stadium. Dallas Sumner takes a snap. He's going to play option. He gives it to his running back, Rodriguez. Busts through the line all the way for another first down.
I'm going to give Colton Hawkins credit for tripping him up, but in actuality, it was number 8, Dalton Martin, his own player, is going to get credit on a tackle.
takes it down to the 22, gets the first down. So 1st and 10 from the 22, 55 seconds to go in the first.
Not the 22, 17.
Oh, 17. I'm counting the wrong direction. That would be the 23 then, wouldn't it? No, 17. There you go. From the 17, 1st and 10. Sumner's going to hand it off, play the option, back to Rodriguez, trying to get her on the edge, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Good tackle there by Alec Garcia.
Yes. Antelope defensive line and linebackers corralled that and make sure to get him outside, and it was good pursue and contain.
No gain.
All right, 2nd and 10 from the 17. 17 seconds on the clock.
And they're going to take it to the quarter. New Deal is.
Second quarter coming your way. First quarter's been brought to you by George's Family Restaurant. And coming up next, the Post Car Wash, second quarter. Score now 7-0, Post leads. Back in a moment.
Post Car Wash is the place to keep it clean at West 14th and North Avenue K. Post Car Wash is a modern, soft-touch experience featuring ceramic waxes, a cutting-edge wax that will shine your paint and leave a slick finish. Get the Touch 4 Wash app for a quick, convenient way to pay. You'll get $1 off when you use the app, as well as earn points for future washes. Give your vehicle the attention it needs. 1 block west of Highway 84 behind People's Bank on West 14th. Keep it clean at Post Car Wash.
Post Car Wash. Keep it clean at West 14th and North K. The second quarter of Bold Gold football is presented by Post Car Wash.
All right, 1 quarter down, 3 to go. This is the second, brought to you by Post Car Wash. Jim Plumber here with Russ Morris, Carter Petty, and Janice Plumber on the camera tonight. Thank you all for watching on YouTube. Remember, you can go back and watch over and over again.
As many times as you would possibly want to.
That's where we get most of our views, is after the game. How many viewers do you think we have now, Russ?
Right now, we have 194.
So by noon tomorrow, it'll be more like 300. Because a lot of these people go back and watch it again, the ones in the stands, the kids on the field.
Oh, it'll be over 1,000. It's always over 1,000. The Slayton game is almost to 3,000. I looked today.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You've been reviewing it a few times?
I looked earlier today.
So this is a big possession for the Antelope defense. They got to figure out how to stop New Deal here inside their own red zone.
All right, 17-yard line. As Russ said, in the red zone. Second down and 10. Bold Gold need a big stop here. Hand on. No, it's a reverse from 15 coming from right to left, looking for the end zone, and he's been knocked out at the 1.
Oh, no.
Is Jackson Atterbury.
It was definitely short.
He was out of bounds at the 1, but they said the ball crossed the pylon.
Well, so the pylon got knocked over, but I'm pretty sure Raiden knocked the pylon over, but it doesn't matter. It's high school, so it's a touchdown.
Watch that replay, Russ.
Doesn't really matter. It's a touchdown. That's good play design there. I didn't see that on the film I watched, and we were not ready for that.
Raiden in the cleat of number 15, Jackson Atterbury, their cleats knocked the pylon over. The ball was nowhere near the goal line.
Creek in to kick the extra point has been looking good in the pregame, and this one's good as well.
Barely.
That's going to tie things up at 7 is the Carson Construction score. Second quarter, 11:51 to go. Drive summary is coming up next here on Post Sports Radio, home of the Bold Gold. We were live and free on YouTube tonight.
Winco 2 is your compressed gas and cryo powerhouse. We strive to provide excellent cryogenic and gas storage products, service, and support to any and all industries ranging from chemical to agriculture and beyond. Built upon trust and integrity, Winco 2 is here to serve. Satisfaction guaranteed. Visit us online at winco2.com. That's winco, the number 2.com, or give us a call, 806-629-4458.
And we want to thank Pocalambro for sponsoring the drive summary. This time, New Deal scores to tie it up.
That was a 7-play, 66-yard drive. Took 4 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock, and it was capped off by a rushing touchdown for number 15, Jackson Atterbury. And that drive summary is brought to you by Pocalambro, and your Carson Construction score is 7-7. All tied up here as number 22, Jacoby Creek, gets ready to kick it off.
So he's Mr. Everybody. Strong safety, kicker, receiver. See how he does it. He just kicked the extra point.
That's what Nehemiah Martinez was in for them all those years, Jim.
Yeah. I wonder if this other Martinez may be related.
Here we go.
It's a kick. It's going to be a pooch, high and deep. Post has got to field it, and everybody's watching the ball. So basically, an executed onside kick from a pooch kick.
New Deal recovered it. It was number 9, Kylan Galindo, the punter, recovers it because nobody watched it.
Coach is not happy. Everybody was watching it. Nobody was going for it.
They were expecting it to bounce out of bounds. Is what the front coverage line was expecting it to do. And number 20, I believe that was Jonas Rodriguez that ran in there, and he missed it on the first one, and it popped out, and Galindo fell right on it.
All right, well, turnover by Post on the kickoff. Gives the Lions ball in post territory from the, 33. It'll be 1st and 10 with 11:51 to go in the second quarter. It's all tied up. Sumner, option left, gives it to Rodriguez on the pitch.
Holding.
Tries to get outside. Flag is thrown.
Yeah, flag at the 35-yard line. As he was pushed out by Raiden Osborne, and Coach Wright, I believe, was going to call everybody over to take a timeout. Well, nope, never mind. Everybody goes back to the sideline.
All right, so we'll go back with a flag on the play. Should be holding calls, 10-yard penalty against New Deal. They'll step it off from the 33.
Let's see first where they decide to step it off from, because the flag was thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's the official call, holding against New Deal.
Yep, they're stepping it off from the 33.
So to the post 43. So it'll still be first down, 1st and 20 now.
This officiating crew's on it tonight.
Sounds good. We like that.
Here it comes. New Deal going to break the huddle and get to the line quick.
All right, from the 43, it'll be 1st and 20 for the New Deal Lions. And Summer's going to
pitch to Martin.
Pitch down the middle to Martin, who came from the right on a trap-type play. And he gets close to the original line of scrimmage, so it picks up about 9.
As that was Jacob Price that brings him down from behind.
Spotted on the 34. It's going to be 2nd down and 11 now.
Good awareness by the defensive line to keep him just gaining those short yards, but you need your linebackers to step up with some eye discipline and follow the ball here.
It's a good misdirection play on the last one by New Deal. See what they do here on 2nd down and 11 rather. Pass play and play action. finds the receiver wide open down the sideline for a TD.
Busted coverage on the fake reverse pass, Jim. That's all that was, and it allowed Draven to come up short off his man, allowing the receiver to be wide open in stride.
Dalton Martin with the TD, number 8. So New Deal takes the lead here in the second. With 10:53 on the clock, it's 13-7 as New Deal goes for the PAT. And it'll be number 22 in there to kick it, Jacoby Creek rather. Sumner, the holder, is down, up.
It's good.
And it's good. So now 14-7, New Deal leads. That's a Carson Construction score. We shall take a break. Be right back here in just a moment here on Post Sports Radio with the drive summary.
Bold Gold stands for power, grit, hope. It pumps through our veins and lives in our hearts. It's built people, businesses, communities. Those 2 words are what we Post Texans live for. It's what we at Post Plumbing love. New construction, commercial and residential plumbing and HVAC. Call the R Brothers. Go Bold Gold.
A lot of it.
The New Deal just scored again to take the lead. Here's the drive summary brought to you by Pocalambro.
It was a 2-play, 33-yard drive. Took 50 seconds off the clock after the little busted play with the holding or whatever happened, but it's capped off by a touchdown reception for Dalton Martin. And that'll bring your Carson Construction score 14-7. The Lions lead.
That's just the way it goes. Post got to get back in the game here. It's still early in the game, of course. Just second quarter, 10 minutes, 53 seconds to go until we get to halftime.
Defensively, if your pass rush can come alive on defense, that'll solve a lot of your problems.
All right, kicking off once again. Guy just kicked the extra point. Creek from the North 40, and this is a pooch like he did last time. This time it is caught by an antelope. That is number 23, Isaiah
Moreno,
sorry. So he learned from the last time. Go ahead and get that ball.
And it's going to be at the 36, I believe.
Yep, 36.
Yeah, at the 36.
Yeah, you just got to know whenever Noodle is going to pooch it like that, the ball's live once it goes 10 yards. And it just looked like we kind of forgot that for a second on the last time they kicked it off. But I think we got that under control now.
Josh Segura, the quarterback in the shotgun, going to give it to his running back up the middle. Is number 5, Brandon Curtis. That's going to be a Payne Powell, Truett, and Chandler first down.
As he lowers the shoulder to move Jacoby Creek out of the way, who trips him up. So far, now your guards for the offensive line are starting to wake up and show their presence. Need to continue seeing more of that this drive.
Segura brings in the play from Coach Wright from the sideline. Lines up in the pistol. 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Running back is Curtis in the backfield. So you got Ramos. It's going to be handled to Curtis once again, this time to the right side. Past the line of scrimmage and stopped after about a yard or 2.
Number 33, Nash Ginn, winds up throwing him down for a loss. Because he also had some help from number 8, Dalton Martin, as well.
So 1 yard maybe on the carry. From the post 48-yard line, it's going to be second and a long 9 for the Antelopes. 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Segura takes a snap, hands it off to Curtis. This time left side, tries to get to the edge and can't. Gets past midfield, though, and picks up a couple yards.
Tackle made by number 60, Heath Chenault. In there for the Lions.
Going to spot it inside, well, right on the 50 it looks like. I would have thought he got to the 49 of New Deal, but they're going to put it on the post side of the 50.
So far, Jim, all the linebackers for New Deal, even their defensive ends, which they are true defensive ends in this defense, they are pursuing very well to the ball. Some of the Antelope offensive line needs to adjust to here.
Daniel Young, the blocking back, lined up. Whistle blows at the snap.
It's going to be a false start.
So on 3rd down and long, 8. Post suffers a 5-yard penalty with a false start.
Looks like Coach Wright was going to hand that off right there and then probably set you up to go for it on 4th down. But
now you need to gain all those yards back.
Yeah.
and try to make it 4th and manageable to where you have at least a thought if you do want to go for it.
It's 3rd down and 13. We brought in the 4-receiver set.
Got Ramos on this side, your Canberra. 3 trips on the right. Snap to Segura, rolls right. Throws it up for grabs. It's an intended, a little bit short for the intended receiver.
Aiden Rodriguez.
Aiden Rodriguez had a little defense in his face as well. That's going to bring out the post punt squad for the 2nd time tonight.
Weak coverage. They decided to try to go with cover 3, but it was a bad design for a cover 3 defense, and just pass hit Rodriguez in the hands. He just needed to come down with it. Also, if it wasn't there, he had on the back side of the field, he had Sean Ramos wide open at the 50-yard line if he wanted to do it.
Yeah, it's not even part of the play, though, because he rolled right, so it's.
Perez in the punt does. Going to roll, take a post roll inside the 10.
He touched it too early. It was going to roll down inside the 5-yard line, but it's down at the 8-yard line.
We are not thinking tonight.
No. How the plus side of that, though, is they still have to drive the distance of the field.
Yeah, could have been inside the 5,
but
instead it's going to be at the 8-yard line.
But it had a great chance to be down at the 1-yard line.
Great punt by Luca Perez, though.
Yes, it was.
Let's see how long that was.
That was probably his best punt of the year.
Yeah, it was from the 43 and ended up at the 8, so it's almost a 50-yarder, somewhere in the 40s right through there.
Did it tell you down there in that description?
Yeah, it was a 47-yard punt.
There you go. All right, New Deal back. Sumner back to pass is not. No.
No. That's a flag. 70 cannot catch the ball.
Well, I think it may have been deflected.
I think it was
deflected?
Jacob Price tipped that ball down, and it was deflected into the hands of number 70, so he can advance it.
Yeah, once it's tipped, anybody can catch it. So the big guy with the catch, who was that, 70?
That was number 70, Colton Marin.
Marin makes the catch and picks up about 2 yards on the reception.
That's going to look real good in the stats report. Number 70 has 1 reception for 2 yards.
There you go, man. He's working hard. All right, so it's going to be 2nd down and 8. Ball in New Deal territory. Lions with it. Sumner keeps it. Comes right. Still driving.
They're trying to go for the ball.
More yards. Gets to the 20. And it's going to be a 1st down. That's the bad thing about all that.
Yeah, Luca Perez and Daniel Carroll in there on the tackle, but instead of bringing him down, Luca was trying to go for the ball instead of slinging him down. So it gains all the way down to the 20-yard line for a 1st down for New Deal.
All right, 80 yards to the next end zone. We don't want that to happen for New Deal. Of course, they do. Antelopes don't want that. Got to toughen up here on defense.
Quads to the left side over there. This is where they like to throw the screen. Last time they faked the screen.
Here's your bubble screen fake. Going deep now. Sumner actually still on the flat on the left side is caught and brought down after a couple-yard pickup.
Thrown down by number 13, Raiden Osborne was good. He read that and was finally able to be the first man to make the tackle on the screen.
Was that 10, Ethan Mason? Mahon?
Mahon, yes it was.
He has the catch, picks up 2 yards.
10 caught it? Oh, I thought it was 8. I don't think it was 10.
Okay. We'll go with 8. All right, so Sumner takes a snap, hands off to Rodriguez, the running back, breaks for a 1st down.
Tripped up from behind by number 2, Draven Gonzalez, and it's another big gain for the Lions offense.
My goodness.
So far tonight, guys, when our defense is going in to make the tackle, they're trying to rip the ball out as opposed to getting the guy down. And they're running through and it's basically running through a lot of arm tackles. Your defense, you mentioned it earlier, Jim, they're not thinking a lot of the times tonight, and they just need to just tackle.
All right, from the 34-yard line now, 1st and 10 for the Lions.
Quad set.
On the left side now, Sumner fakes the pass, fakes again, throws deep down the left side.
Come on, Draven.
It's up and caught. Draven Gonzalez with a great catch. Strong safety position, catches it close to the 30, circles around, brings it back out to the 37 or so.
And he did. He turned around. He saw the ball was overthrown, just played it like a wide receiver and came up with another interception. That's a big momentum killer.
2nd pick for Draven Gonzalez, his 1st time as a full-time defensive player in this game tonight.
Now you need to answer and get on and get yourself a touchdown and get your momentum back.
Got to score quick here, guys. 6 minutes, 13 seconds. Post down by 7. It's 14-7. Carson Construction score. Second quarter is brought to you by Post Car Wash, and we've got 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go.
Draven a little shaken up after that last play.
He's out of the game right now.
Raiden Osborne in for him.
2 receivers on both sides. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be number 5, of course, Randy Curtis.
He was brought down by number 8, Dalton Martin, on the play. But Mason Wright and Heath Chenault down there were getting after it.
Curtis with about a 3-yard pickup. 2nd down and 7 coming up. 5:50 on the second quarter clock. Randy coming to this game, averaging 145 yards a game, 6 TDs, none tonight.
Free play.
Offsides defense going deep down the left side to Ramos. A little bit too far out of the reach of Sean's hands. But it'll be a 5-yard penalty against New Deal, we do believe.
Yes. So it'll make it 2nd and 2. Ball on the 35.
I need to see more of
not
your.
On the 35.
We need to see more of our tackles, Jim. So far, when Randon Curtis is having the ball, it's either been Ole's man or Jacob Price's man has wound up been making the tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 45. Sorry about that.
All right, so after the penalty, ball's on the 45-yard line, brings up 2nd and 2. Handoff to. Is that Perez in there now?
No, it's Curtis.
It was Curtis, and he was brought down by number 8, Dalton Martin, and Nash Ginn was in there on the tackle as well, and that was Ole's man and Sebastian Martinez's guys that wound up making the tackle. If they can fire off their blocks quicker, that's what's getting them beat, is we're not stepping off the line fast enough to beat our guys.
Both the Daniels are in now, so we usually run out of this set.
All right, so it is 3rd down and a long one. Handoff up the middle.
Luca Perez
is going to be close, put it on the spot.
Not enough.
It's going to be fourth and inches.
Wow. Maybe they'll bring out the chains. I've only seen that one so far this year. Do the measurement. No, they're not going to.
Yeah, it's a yard short.
Let's see what they talk about here. No, they're going to
reset it.
Yeah, they're move the ball.
Look at it again. I think it's a first from this angle, which is not a good one.
First down. Okay, we'll take it.
Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler, first down for the Antelopes.
And they're talking about it just to make sure it's right.
That's a generous spot. We'll take it.
He confirms it. So they moved it on the hash just to make sure that ball was spotted correctly.
All right, so a little momentum back to the Antelopes with 4:33 to go in the second. Down by 7. Carson Construction score 14-7. Gonzalez back in, split right. Handoff's going to go to Curtis up the middle, and a few defenders there to greet him.
Nash Ginn brings him down first.
Ginn coming in from the inside linebacker position to make that tackle.
Their defensive line is punching our offensive line in the mouth. They are quicker off the ball, and they are causing havoc at the line of scrimmage, not allowing Randon or Luca to do anything off of initial contact.
We've yet to have a rush more than 10 yards all night, and usually that's what we can do. That's what we do good, is have those explosive runs.
Loss of 1 from the 46, now 2nd and 11. Whistle blows at the snap. Post penalty.
False start again.
Wow.
And when you're getting beat as an offensive lineman, it does get in your head, because you're trying to make any kind of adjustment to figure out how you can fire off the ball quicker. And sometimes when you watch your guy, the guy you're supposed to block, if he acts like he's going to move, you will have the tendency to react and move first. So it does. The little mistakes, if you allow it to, can get in your head.
Well, they're bringing Nash Ginn. He was blitzing. He had the snap count timed up right there, and he was in the trenches before that ball was even snapped. He was there.
After the penalty, ball's at the 41, second down, 16. Back to pass, Josh Segura down the middle, has a receiver. Oh, Draven Gonzalez usually would have those, but he can't hold on at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he had both Aiden Rodriguez and Draven Gonzalez down there wide open, and it was just off the fingertips of Draven. And that was the best protection that Josh has had all night long passing the ball. He's able to step up after shaking off his initial read, and he just led Draven Gonzalez, and it's just out of his fingertips.
All right, Draven's a little tired, playing defense as well as offense. He's going to need a breather now and then. Looks like he needs one right now.
It's a good pass. Just
third down, 16 from the post, 41. Back to pass. Segura flushed out right, looking downfield. Is going to tuck and run. Gets to the original line of scrimmage. Is knocked out of bounds.
That's better than
good play.
That's better than forcing it to a receiver and turning it over, because Luca Perez had a good punt last time. So we'll see what he can do with this one.
He might have to do some more of that tonight just to help out his offensive line out.
All right, Luca Perez back in the punt for this is the third or second time?
Third, I believe.
It's the third, I believe, yep.
And he'll be kicking the ball actually from about the 35 in post territory. Snaps coming from the 46. Good snap. Up, nice kick.
Great punt.
Up and deep, fair catch called by Mr. Everything 22, Creek.
It's going to be at the
18? I think 18. That's where I'm putting it.
That's what I think. It's either the 17 or the 18.
18-yard line.
Okay.
First and 10. New Deal with the lead, 14-7. Second quarter, 3:01 to go.
Once again, your defense needs to answer with another turnover or figure out how to get the ball back.
So 3 minutes. New Deal's going to have to go quick here. Got the 2-minute warning coming soon.
Quarterback number 11, Dallas Sumner. The senior quarterback is going to keep it up the gut, finds a hole, spins to the 25.
Tripped up, brought down by Daniel Young. Winds up bringing him down on the play.
7-yard pickup by Sumner.
Just the RPOs and that design quarterback run, it moved the linebackers out of the way, thus giving a big hole for Sumner to run through.
Well, they motioned the running back out to the flat, and that pulled a Don out of the box right there, and just one less guy in there to stop the run.
Second down and 3 to go. Hand off to Rodriguez. Up the middle, stopped at the line of scrimmage.
By Vicente Hernandez. A little tackle celebration by Vicente.
We don't need any more penalties, Vicente. Let's just make the tackle.
And here we go. I think we're about to get the 2-minute warning.
Oh yeah, I love that 2-minute warning.
There it is.
There you go, 2-minute warning. They'll put 2 minutes back on the clock as we take a break. Carson Construction score in the second with 2 minutes to go. New Deal 14, Post 7.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
Hey, we're in the second quarter. It's brought to you by Post Car Wash. Bold Gold Antelopes picked to win by how many?
26.
Down by 7 here in the second with 2 minutes to go. 14-7 is the Carson Construction score. All right, what's Post have to do?
Got to get a stop here. Cannot give up another touchdown. You really don't want to give up anything. Number 22, Creek on the other side, I think his range is about 45 yards for a field goal, so you really don't want to give up any points. But definitely, if you don't want to give up a touchdown, turnover would be huge here. One of those fumbles forced by Daniel Young or Luca Perez would be just right now, hopefully.
This is where we need Vicente Hernandez to be a game changer at defensive end.
3 in the backfield with Sumner. He's going to Going to option it, keep it this time, and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe 1 yard.
There we go.
Short, though.
Daniel Carroll and Daniel Young. The Daniels wound up making the tackle on that one.
Well, Sumner leaves the game. I guess his helmet came off. He's holding on to it. So the backup quarterback's going to have to come in. We think that's Colt Ramsey. But it's going to be 4th down and 1 to go.
Yes.
Well,
New Deal can take a timeout to get Sumner back in the game if they do elect to.
I think that's what they're talking about if they want to do that.
They've got 3 left. So does Post.
I mean, it's not a waste of a timeout when it's 4th and 1 if you're going to go for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, the down marker guy hadn't changed it. There he goes. 4th down.
Yeah, let's get that right.
It is 4th on the scoreboard.
After the drama in the Slayton game.
Well, you asked Jim before the series, before this portion started, what Post needs to do. It's going to have to start with your outside linebackers and your defensive line. They're going to have to figure out how to want it more than the Lions' offensive line, because that's what's been taking place throughout the portions of the game.
All right, well, 4th down coming up for New Deal and short, just 1 for the first.
They got to reach down and believe in themselves.
The ball's to the 27-yard line of New Deal. Post needs a huge stop here. I'm sure we got our heavyweights in there on the line.
So it will be number 5, backup quarterback, Colt Ramsey. He's a great basketball player. We'll see what he can do on the football field.
All right, this is where Post needs to step up, get that momentum back.
Focus is going to be on Jacob Price, Vicente Hernandez, and Daniel Carroll.
They ran the play clock down, going to take a timeout.
Yeah, that's what they did. They ran the game clock down to 1:23, as a matter of fact. So 7-14 Post trails, second quarter. And we'll take a break and be right back after the timeout.
Post Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post Dispatch, community news at the finest.
All right, back from a New Deal timeout. And anyway, we got 1:23 left to go in this half.
Yes, so New Deal calls a timeout. So Dallas Sumner, their QB, number 11, will be able to return and play this next play. He lost his helmet on the previous down. So 4th and 1. If the Antelopes can stop them right here, they get great field position.
Yes.
And they should be able to have a chance to punch it in before the half. New Deal gets it right here. Then you just want to hold them and go to halftime down 1 score.
Well, if we are going to stop them, guys, it's going to have to be done up front.
It's the biggest play of the game right here.
Yes.
Then again, you got to think maybe New Deal may want to punt in this situation. Why give Post a chance to score?
I mean, that is one way to look at it. Their defense so far this second quarter has played lights out.
Well, 9's at receiver, so they're not punting. Under center.
Oh.
They might motion the tight end and sneak it.
They're going to try to get us to jump off sides, too. See, there you go.
They didn't snap it, though.
They still have a timeout they can take. All right, Sumner under center, unusual. He's trying to get Post to jump off sides. Oh, then we got a motion on the offense.
Well, the play clock never started, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
The play clock never started. That's on the head official. The referee never gave his ready for me. And
oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that play clock never started.
Uh-oh.
It does now.
The head ref is mad. So now they're going to punt. Bring it into punt squad.
Okay, they got to hold. They got to hold this snap. We should substitute. Slowly substitute. They have to hold it. They have to hold it till we sub since they sub.
Kylie Galindo.
Watch the fake.
Draven Gonzalez back to receive the punt from Galindo. It's up, and Draven's going to let it hit the turf.
Let it go.
Let her roll close to the sideline. And New Deal touches it inside Post territory at the 48. Woo! All right, we still got time. 1:15 to go in the second quarter. Right before halftime, Post needs to get back on the board to tie things up or take a lead.
They can do it. There's plenty of time, and
okay,
we just need to execute. This is going to be on the offensive line. If the offensive line can execute better than their defensive line, we can go down there and score.
All right, from the 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Antelopes. 1:15 to get back on the board. Quick pitch left, and the bubble screen is going to be caught by Ramos. Past the 50, spins to the 45, knocked out of bounds, stops the clock at 1:08.
Great play.
It's going to be a yard short of the first down as Creek spins him out of bounds.
All right, 1 yard short of the first, as Russ just said, at the 43 in New Deal territory. 1:08 to go.
Need to see more Ramos this drive.
There's a handoff. No, quick pitch, slant down the middle. It's caught. And going for the end zone is number 21 for the Antelopes, Aiden Rodriguez.
Just a quick little crossing route, and Aiden Rodriguez shows off the speed and beats the secondary for a Volgo touchdown. Love to see it.
Had a defender in his face. Aiden is filling in for Max Cole as a slot receiver tonight, and he does his job well.
And what I tell you, Jim, the Antelope offensive line blocked that drive and was able to go down the field. So now they got some momentum going for themselves heading into the locker room.
Got to have the extra point.
Mason Wright back to kick after missing a game. Made the first tonight. This one is up.
No good.
Misses to the right side. Going to leave the score 14-13 is the Carson Construction score. And we'll take a break and come back with the last minute of the second quarter, brought to you by Post Car Wash here on Post Sports Radio, home of the Bold Gold, and live on YouTube.
Take a break and let Post Family Cleaners take care of the laundry. Family Cleaners is Post hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. Whether it's dry cleaning, wash and starching, laundry service, or alterations, Post Family Cleaners has you covered. Let Post Family Cleaners make your life a bit easier. Go by 111 West Main Street or call 806-495-0777 to get details. That's 806-495-0777. Post Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main and Post.
All right, Post scores again. Closens that score, but not tied it. 14-13. Here's Carter with the drive summary.
Was a two-play 52-yard drive capped off by an Aiden Rodriguez touchdown reception. That's his first of his career, filling in for Max Cole this week. And that brings your Carson Construction score 14-13 in favor of the Lions. Mason Wright to kick off. A minute left on the clock. Antelopes just need to shut this down and take it to half.
Jacoby Creek back to receive along with 15. Jackson Atterbury. Creek with the catch at the 14-yard line. Still on his feet, and he gets past the 30.
Wrestled down by Nelson Esparza, backup kicker.
So Creek takes it out to the 34. It'll be 1st and 10 for New Deal with 53 seconds to go. Excuse me, in the first half.
All right, Antelope defensive line needs to continue what they did on the previous drive and hold serve at the line of scrimmage and cause some havoc back there in the backfield. This is where you make your money.
New Deal has 2 timeouts. They wasted one to punt it earlier. I don't know why they used it earlier, but
Dallas Sumner ready for the shotgun snap, takes it, hands it off to Rodriguez on the run for a first down in the post territory, runs over a would-be tackler at the 45 all the way to the 43.
Well, his momentum was stifled by Raiden Osborne, and I believe that was Draven that wound up bringing him down. As New Deal looks like they're going to take another timeout.
All right, spotting the ball at the 42. 46 seconds to go. We'll stay here. Okay, well, let's play a spot and we'll come right back. Just 46 seconds away from halftime. Post just scored recently, tightening the score to 14-13, down by 1.
Have a great idea for an energy drink, but don't know where to start? At RRC Wholesale, we make it simple. From our chemist creating your perfect formula, to our design team crafting eye-catching labels and retail packaging, we handle it all. As a woman-owned Texas business, we believe in helping brands of every size succeed. With low minimum orders, national and international logistics, and the support to get your drink onto the big box shelves. Ready to launch your brand? Visit rrchwholesale.info or call 806-370-0419 today.
We only got 46 seconds to go, and a big play by New Deal just a moment ago to get in the post territory at the 42-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions, leading this game by 1, 14-13. Dallas Sumner, senior quarterback, in the shotgun. He's got a bunch, 5 receivers on the right side. You don't see that too often. Snap, his whistle blows, timeout.
Coach Wright takes timeout.
He didn't like the look of that. I don't blame him. Have you ever seen that formation?
Yes.
In high school ball?
Yes.
Have you? Okay.
But you normally see it at the 4A, 5A, 6A levels. You don't see that a lot at the 2A, 3A level, going 5 wide.
Do you assume that Post has not seen that before? I don't think.
No, Farwell ran some types of 5 wide, but not where you have quads on one side, and you could just tell that we weren't prepared for that because somebody was going to be wide open because we didn't have the guys out there on their guys.
Well, we're talking about Farwell. I asked Coach Wright about that after when I was done with my interview with him, and he said that, and we both were both the same assumption, that the way that Farwell's spread offense was intricately ran because of where their head coach comes from at the 5A level. We'll never see a spread offense ran with that type of detail going forward. So, but you need your antelope defensive line here in this game to pass rush against the New Deal offensive line. This is where the rest of the game's going to be won or lost, is what we can do up front.
So there you go. You got your 4 receivers on the quads on the right. Back to pass. Sumner tucks, runs, goes to the left side, looking for a first down. He gets it to the 30, 25, runs out close to the 20.
It's a smart play by Sumner there to go out of bounds. They're in field goal range for number 22, Jacoby Creek now. Obviously, they want to score a touchdown, but they are in field goal range.
Sumner takes it just outside the red zone to the 21. 1st and 10 for the Lions. 37 seconds to go in the first half. Halftime coming up, brought to you by D&D Winco 2. Should be talking about Post Booster Club, so stay with us. All right, 4 receivers right once again. Sumner back, looks right, looks down the middle, almost throws it away. Could have been intercepted, but wasn't.
Yeah, Draven was in the vicinity to pick that off, but it was just a little bit past him.
Looked like Draven was just worried about making the tackle there if he caught it or breaking it up.
Could remind people, Draven's filling in for Max Cole. And so really getting his first full-time experience on defense. 33 seconds. Sumner back to pass. He's flushed out right. Looking deep. Finds the receiver. Incomplete.
Good coverage by Alec Garcia to force Galindo to come up just a little bit more, and just Sumner overthrew him because of the adjustment that Garcia had Galindo to make.
Great pressure there by Daniel Carroll, forcing Sumner to roll to his right.
All right, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 10, 27 seconds to go. Still 4 receivers on the right side. Got a tight end on the left. You got to watch him. It's going to be a run up the middle by the quarterback, Sumner. Gets to the 10-yard line, inside the 10, to the 5, close to the goal line.
And his helmet came off, so he's going to have to sit this one out.
Or they can use their 1 timeout, which they already have. So he'll be able to come back in.
A really nice run by Sumner to the 1-yard line, it looks like. So it's going to be a 1st and goal from the 1 and a timeout taken by New Deal. So we'll take one here on Post Sports Radio. Once again, Carson Construction score is 14-13. New Deal threatening the score with just 19 seconds to go in the second. Hold on.
No, I want to cheat. Skip the drive-thru, drive in, and drive back to a simpler time. Our car hops come to your car to take your order at Holly's Drive-In, 615 South Broadway in Post, featuring old-fashioned burgers, fries, shakes, malts, along with Mexican food, sandwiches, salads, and so much more. And best of all, it's served hot and fresh right to your car. Don't drive by, drive in to Holly's Drive-In, 615 South Broadway in Post. Call ahead at 495-2704 for Holly's Drive-In.
All right, we're back live after a timeout by New Deal. Trying to score once again. They got the ball at the 1-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
So basically, 19 seconds is a lot of time. If New Deal doesn't punch it in, they'll have a chance to try to spike it and get another, or just try to get another playoff. But in high school, it's so hard to get all that correlated. I'm sure that's what New Deal's talking about in this timeout. For the Antelopes, I would like to see us have 4 big guys in on the D-line. We do. We have Jacob, Sebastian, Vicente, and Daniel Carroll all in there. So we have 4 down linemen. I like that.
It's like what we had to do against Spearman in the playoffs last year.
Goal line stand. It's possible. And Post do it here. UGO only has 19 seconds. So what, maybe two plays, three? They have no timeouts.
I think Sumner probably going to run this if it's not a sneak or something here.
Yeah, he's under center this time. He takes a snap lateral to Rodriguez, left side, and touchdown Rodriguez.
That's a good play there.
All right, so it gives them the lead 20-13, going for the extra point. And number 22 will be kicking. That's Jacoby Creek. The quarterback 11, Sumner, will hold.
Yeah, I believe Creek has only missed one extra point on the year, looking at his stats entering tonight.
So Jimmy Redmond Memorial Stadium is a little solemn tonight.
New Deal did huddle there. That was kind of weird. I would assume they would just kick it.
All right, here comes the snap. Oh, it's a fake.
It's backwards. It was backwards.
Backwards pass.
Here we go.
Number 10 picked it up. Ethan Mahon. That was a strange happening there.
I knew when they huddled right there on the extra point. You never see that. If you're the Antelopes, you got to see that and recognize it. We did. Stopped it.
Jacob Price is in there on the tackle. Bring him down.
So Sumner botched. Was it a bad snap or did he not
handle it? No, it was called. It was a called fake.
Okay.
It was a called fake.
Trying to go for two.
I knew it was a fake as soon as I saw Sumner talking to the tight end or whoever he ended up throwing it to right there, because they huddled, and you don't ever see a huddle on an extra point.
Hey, remember a couple weeks ago when we had all those bugs in here?
They're
coming back.
They're coming back.
They're not as they're not as many. There's not as many of them.
No, they're not, but they're trying to latch on to me.
It's nothing like the Slayton game where it was just like it was raining. They were raining. So 16 seconds, you got kick return, and then one play after that. Hopefully they kick it. So we have Draven right here. He's moved up, and he's on this right side.
Okay.
They're hoping that they kick it to the same spot. That's why Draven is right here. Oh, nope, he's going back to his regular spot. I thought we might have moved him down to catch this, but
yeah, good idea. Got Isaiah Moreno still in that same position, close to the 30-yard line. Can't see that on the video right now.
The ball's pointed to the left, so
let's see what he does.
Jacoby Creek ready to kick off. Kick is up, the same type of pooch, high and deep, close to the 25-30, and Moreno catches it, tries to get by a tackler, brought down about the 31-yard line.
Tripped up by Dalton Martin.
Just 11 seconds to go in the second quarter, brought to you by Post Car Wash, where the New Deal Lions visiting here at Redmond Stadium got a 20-13 lead. Post still has a chance to score here. You never know what can happen.
Yeah.
Maybe one play.
Well, it depends on what that play is. You definitely know you have the speed to beat their back end. You just got to figure out how you can get across the first level first.
You have 11 seconds here, so you could try to throw something quick, call a timeout, and then throw it deep.
Yeah.
Three receivers right, one on the left. It's Ramos over here.
We jumped.
And pre-snap offense by the Antelopes once again. Both teams have suffered that greatly tonight.
It's not that costly in this situation because the chances of you scoring right here are slim, but it's just the principle of it.
How many penalties does that make for us now tonight?
Before that, we had 3 penalties for 20 yards. Now it's 4 for 25.
It's
not too bad, but it's just you've got to stop doing that in district play. It's just going to be too costly.
Ball's on the 27-yard line, 11 seconds to go in the second.
And almost all of our penalties have been false starts.
3 receivers right. Segura rolls left, gets rid of it, throwing deep, and it's picked off.
At pass interference, Sean was shoved off his route by Colin Galindo. That's going to be a 15-yarder and an automatic first down for us.
2 seconds on the clock.
There you go. 2 seconds left. Automatic first. Let's go for another pass play.
It wouldn't have mattered if there was no time on the clock. It would have been an untimed down since there was a flag on the previous down. Yep, 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, I believe, right? That's
yes.
where they mark it from?
Yeah, it's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
One more play coming up before we go into halftime. You'll stick around for the D&D Winco 2 halftime show.
And they're going to mark it off from the 27 just to make sure.
27 plus 15, 42.
Should be at 42.
Pass interference. Okay.
I wish it was like the NFL and it would have been a spot foul, and we just get the first down in because the
would have been right here closer to 50, huh?
Oh yeah, it would have been at the 47-yard line in line territory.
Okay,
right.
2 seconds on the clock.
Last play before we go into halftime.
Got to do something.
Josh Segura, the quarterback.
It's got to go to Draven or Sean.
Takes a snap, rolls right, got some time, gets rid of it. Long and
ball.
deep. And no interference, no reception.
No, they're not going to do that with a second left. It wasn't egregious enough, and we're going to take it to half.
All right, take it to halftime. Carson Construction scores. New Deal leads at half, 20-13. That's your Carson Construction score. We'll go into halftime. Be back here in just a moment here on Post Sports Radio, home of the Bold Gold. Thank you, Post Car Wash, for bringing us the second D&D Winco 2 halftime show is next.
This message is a courtesy of Harp Girls Holding.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This message is a courtesy of Harp Girls Holding.
On the road or on the go, make Swift Stop your first stop. Located at 124 North Broadway in Post, we strive to make Swift Stop the cleanest and friendliest store around. Whether you pull into our convenient drive-thru or pop inside, you can grab breakfast burritos made with scratched tortillas to fried pies prepared fresh daily to any of the wide variety of snacks and beverages we provide. We have exactly what you need to get you revved up for the miles ahead. We are West Texas owned and we are West Texas proud. So make your next stop a Swift Stop.
Winco 2 is your compressed gas and cryo powerhouse. We strive to provide excellent cryogenic and gas storage products, service, and support to any and all industries ranging from chemical to agriculture and beyond. Unbound by location, we provide nationwide solutions from sea to shining sea and have done so for over 25 years. Built upon trust and integrity, Winco 2 is here to serve. Satisfaction guaranteed. Visit us online at winco2.com. That's winco, the number 2.com, or give us a call, 806-629-4458.
Welcome back to Post High School Football on postsportsradio.com. Corporate sponsor for the 2025 season is McDonald's. I'm loving it. This broadcast is made possible by D&D Winco 2, Post Family Dentistry, Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, KSSL Radio, the Post Dispatch, Pocalambro, Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler, George's Family Restaurant, Carson Construction, Post Car Wash, Harp Girls Holding, Holly's Drive-In, Post Independent School District, RRC Wholesale, XL Energy, Swift Stop Convenience Stores, Happy State Bank, Post Plumbing, Heating, and Air, Jackson Brothers Meats, Sonic. And now, here's a D&D Winco 2 halftime report on postsportsradio.com. Well, we have an unexpected close game here at Jimmy Redmond Memorial Stadium where Post is down at halftime 20-13 against New Deal Lions, first game of district in the 2025 season. Thank you all for watching and listening today. Let's go to Russ Morris and figure out what's going on around the area.
Well, we're going to take a look at District 1 and District 2. That way we can get an idea, an early look at what the playoff picture is possibly going to look like. Starting in District 1, Panhandle up on Stanford Fridge, 43-0 at half. Spearman up on Sunray, 20-6 at half. West Texas Stinnett up on Amarillo Highland Park, 38-6. 31 seconds left to go in the first half. Now let's take a look at District 2. New Home up on Abernathy, 25-0 with 41 seconds left in the first half. Alton up on Floydada in Floydada 42-0. That game just went into halftime. And just real quickly, Ozona up on Reagan County 50-8. And Forsan losing to Sonora 20-0. And those are some of your games. And one game that had everybody's attention from Dave Campbell tonight, the number 9 Anson Tigers are down to the Hawley Bearcats 24-0 at half.
All right, Russ, thank you very much. Got a special guest coming up for an interview. The president of the Post Athletic Booster Club is coming up next, Ashley Hawkins, so stay with us. Once again, at halftime, it's 20-13. New Deal's up. We'll take a break and be right back.
In Texas, Fridays are known for one thing: football. High school football just seems to bring people together. That's why McDonald's celebrates that spirit with our $8 Hot and Spicy McChicken Bundle and $10 20-piece Chicken McNuggets Bundle. Both include a basket of fries. So hang out at McDonald's and start a new tradition. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Post Antelope Football is powered by Walk-Ups Point, the place in Post for custom embroidery, laser engraving, quilting, and fresh smoked Buck's beef jerky. Walk-Ups Point is on East Main at the tracks. Call 806-787-6777. Certified Public Accountants, Bollinger, Seegers, Gilbert & Moss, LLP, serving Post and West Texas since 1954. And Carson Construction for all your construction needs. These sponsors make Post Sports Radio a reality.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Not every pass leads to a touchdown, but every game can be a win with Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post. With high-quality beef and pork cuts of every variety, plus their sausage and world-famous beef jerky, you might have to play some defense around the dinner table. But this football season can be as delicious as it is entertaining. Located at 121 South Avenue H in Post, call today at 806-495-3245 for Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post.
All right, we're streaming live tonight on YouTube from Jimmy Redmond Memorial Stadium. Post Texas is game 1 of the District 2-2A Division I season. Right now, New Deal has the lead by 7, 20-13. And we'll always like to have a special guest, or as much as we can. And we got a very special guest. She's the president of the Post Antelope Booster Club.
Yeah, you say that like the is capitalized or something. Like
it's got
that
E's.
important. 2 E's.
Two E's.
The.
Yeah.
That's biblical almost.
Yes, it is.
That's a calling.
Ashley, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, Jim. How are you?
All right, you look happy.
I am happy.
Well, it says right on your hat.
All puns intended. Yeah. No, I am. Thank you guys for letting me join you through halftime. I appreciate it.
You had a couple issues you want to talk about?
Yeah, we
with
have
Booster
got
Club?
a lot going on. So if you're around and your ears to the ground, you know that the Booster Club has been moving and shaking and trying some new things this year and growing as much as we can. So the most important thing that I want all of our fan base and listeners to know is that we now have a monthly Booster Club meeting. That's new over the last few years. We didn't do that over the last few years, but we're trying to get that up and going again. So we meet the second Monday of every month at the Post High School Library. 6:30 p.m. We're usually out of there in under an hour. But it's a really important time to get in on the groundwork of what's happening with the Booster Club. We talk about what we want to do, what we are doing, so all the important information, that's where the magic happens, those meetings. So we would love to have people join us.
Yeah, well, you've been the El Presidente for at least a couple of years now, right?
I've been doing the best I can, yeah. So this...
doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
I like the new stuff you've been doing.
We have completely revamped our merch trailer, so all kinds of new stuff coming out of that. Some new initiatives. Our Bold Gold VIP Club, of course, is a big hit and going really well. We are gearing up to take on basketball concessions this year, powerlifting concessions this year, track concessions this year, so we'll be busy. But the important thing is, like every good active service, we need a few good men.
That's right, and women.
Yes, women too. You're surely
whatever
it takes. But we are getting ready to elect next year's officers. So we are graduating our leadership, so to speak, in May. And so if you've ever wondered what the Booster Club does, what it takes, and how you can get involved, come visit us Monday at the Post High School Library, 6:30 p.m. Learn what we're about and get interested in maybe becoming an officer.
All right. Once again, what time?
6:30 p.m., High School Library.
All right. Y'all get there and find out more.
Monday.
Yes, Monday. So
this Monday. That's right.
Just 3 days away, right?
We're getting there.
Monday night. Y'all show up for the Booster Club meeting and find out all about it.
Come get involved. I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite things. It's a labor of love for sure, but these boys become family. These girls become family. So come be a Bold Gold Booster Club mom or dad. It's great fun.
Thank you, Ashley Hawkins, El Presidente last year.
That's right.
The
Adios.
president, I'm sorry. Little Spanish lingo for you, if I can say that. All right, let's take a break and come right back. More stats and whatnot coming up with Carter Petty in just a moment. Halftime brought to you by D&D Winco 2. Halftime score, 2013 New Deal leads. The community of Post continues to be committed to the Post Antelopes, just as Happy State Bank is committed to our customers. Perseverance, commitment, and resilience are key ingredients for success both on and off the field of play. Whether you are cheering on the Post Antelopes, starting a new business, or planning for the future, Happy State Bank is here for all your life's moments. Let us be your partner at Happy State Bank. Visit us in person or at happybank.com.
Happy State Bank, a division of Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Are you looking to do some work around the house and would like to hire a contractor who does every part of the job? Then give Carson Construction a call at 806-626-3811. Greg Carson and his crew have over 40 years of combined experience and can do new construction, remodeling, and concrete work. Plan now for your spring and summer projects and call the guys who pride themselves on their work. 806-626-3811. Carson Construction, building a lasting relationship with each customer. Call 806-626-3811.
Trey Payne and his team at Payne, Powell, Truett, and Chandler are available for all of your legal needs. With offices in Post, Lubbock, Hereford, and Clovis, New Mexico, the team is ready to offer legal solutions in personal injury, family law, criminal law, real estate, and estate planning. Give them a call at 806-368-8712. Payne, Powell, Truett, and Chandler Law Firm. Call 806-368-8712.
Winco 2 is your compressed gas and cryo powerhouse. We strive to provide excellent cryogenic and gas storage products, service, and support to any and all industries ranging from chemical to agriculture and beyond. Built upon trust and integrity, Winco 2 is here to serve. Satisfaction guaranteed. Visit us online at winco2.com. That's winco, the number 2.com, or give us a call 806-629-4458.
Hey, we're back live from Jimmy Redmond Memorial Stadium. We got a 20-13 score brought to you by Carson Construction. New Deal leads. Post trying to get back in this game. Well, let's see what happens in the third quarter. But there are some stats to talk about, mostly in New Deal's favor. But Carter Petty's here to do so.
Well, we'll start with the New Deal Lions. They lead the game 20-13 at the moment. New Deal has got 10 first downs on the night. They've carried the ball 20 times for 53 yards. So the Antelopes struggling a little bit right now in the trenches on both sides of the ball. New Deal has thrown for 72 yards, most of that being on like one or two passes towards the end of the half there. And then tonight, average for New Deal, they average 7.5 yards per play. They have turned the ball over one time. Or two times on two interceptions. Those were big momentum shifts. The Antelopes try to get back in the game, and they're 3 for 5 on third down is the Lions. We'll look at the Antelopes. They have 9 first downs. They've run the ball 16 times for 64 yards. They have 100 yards through the air tonight. Josh Shigera off to a good start. Just need to clean up a couple of missed throws and should be able to come back. 6.6 yards per play. Antelopes have fumbled the ball twice. They've only lost one of those. Luca Perez has had a good night punting. You don't ever like to have to say that, but he has had some good punts. Time of possession has been really even for both teams, with about 11 minutes with the ball. So in the second half, the Antelopes don't get the ball. Lions will get the ball. So Antelopes going to have to get a stop coming out of halftime if they want to stay in this game.
All right, Carter Petty, we'll do the individual stats in just a moment. Thanks for joining us for the D&D Winco 2 halftime show. Got about 10 minutes left of that. 13-20. New Deal leads. Back in a moment here on Post Sports Radio.
Here at the Post Area Chamber of Commerce, we are more than events. Yes, we love a good ribbon cutting or holiday market, but the Chamber's real purpose is deeper than that. We exist to advocate for local businesses, agriculture, and tourism. We connect people, promote growth, and keep Post moving forward together. That's why we're here. That's why we work.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Not every pass leads to a touchdown, but every game can be a win with Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post. With high-quality beef and pork cuts of every variety, plus their sausage and world-famous beef jerky, you might have to play some defense around the dinner table. But this football season can be as delicious as it is entertaining. Located at 121 South Avenue H in Post, call today at 806-495-3245 for Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post.
Take a break and let Post Family Cleaners take care of the laundry. Family Cleaners is Post hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. Whether it's dry cleaning, wash and starching, laundry service, or alterations, Post Family Cleaners has you covered. Let Post Family Cleaners make your life a bit easier. Go by 111 West Main Street or call 806-495-0777 to get details. That's 806-495-0777. Post Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main and Post.
All right, Post trails by 7, 2013 against New Deal in the first district game of 2025. This is District 228 Division 1. And Carter Petty standing by with the individual stats for New Deal and Post.
We'll start with New Deal. Tonight on the ground, their leading rusher is their quarterback, Dallas Summer, number 11, has 7 rushes for 64 yards. Their running back, number 20, that is Jonas Rodriguez. He has 9 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown. He's had a good night. Antelopes have struggled a little bit in the trenches, like I mentioned earlier. Their leading receiver tonight is number 3. That is Josiah Mendoza. He has 1 catch for 36 yards. And then through the air tonight, Dallas Sumner, number 11, 3 completions on 10 attempts for 72 yards and 1 touchdown through the air. On the defensive side of the ball for the Lions, their leading tackler tonight is number 33, Nash Ginn. He's been flying all over from his inside linebacker position. Now for your Antelopes, tonight on the ground, your leading rusher is Randon Curtis. He has 12 carries for 49 yards with a long of 15. He's yet to really be able to break one of those explosive runs like we usually see from the Antelopes. And then Luca Perez has only had a few carries tonight. They've been trying to keep him fresh for defense. Through the air tonight, Josh Segura is 4 for 9 for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. So a nice night so far for Josh Segura. And his leading receiver tonight is Aiden Rodriguez with 1 reception for 43 yards and 1 touchdown on that long run after catch off that slant. And then your leading tackler tonight for your Antelopes is number 45, Daniel Carroll, with 5 tackles so far tonight. And then another big key defensive player so far tonight has been Draven Gonzalez and his interceptions that he's had so far tonight. 2 of those.
Yeah.
So
point out this first time playing full-time defense, so he's having a good game.
It's his first. It's one of his. These are probably his first defensive snaps. He had a few, I think, so far this year, maybe just for a few plays. But having to play full-time, really testing the fitness tonight.
Both sides of the ball plus returning punts, Russ.
So for everybody just watching the band at half, you can catch them tomorrow at the UIL Marching Festival at Lowry Field. and then they will have their contest next Saturday.
So tomorrow's a practice event.
Yes.
And a week from tomorrow will be the competition.
The marching competition.
And if you look now, you can see your Pee-wee cheerleaders, little
Lopes.
Little Lopes, yeah.
Little Lopes.
They had a camp this week. We're going to play another spot or two. I'll tell you what, we'll show them for just a little bit. And we can play a bunch of spots as we get these girls organized.
There's going to be two sets of them, Jim, so shout out to the Antelope Cheer Squad for whipping these youngins into shape.
Here we go. Quite impressive. We're going to, I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break, come back, and we'll get the tail end of the second group in just a moment. Halftime score 20-13. New Deal leads here at Jimmy Redmond Memorial Stadium.
In Texas, Fridays are known for one thing: football. High school football just seems to bring people together. That's why McDonald's celebrates that spirit with our $8 hot and spicy McChicken bundle and $10 20-piece Chicken McNuggets bundle. Both include a basket of fries. So hang out at McDonald's and start a new tradition. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
I have a great idea for an energy drink, but don't know where to start? At RRC Wholesale, we make it simple. From our chemist creating your perfect formula, to our design team crafting eye-catching labels and retail packaging, we handle it all. As a woman-owned Texas business, we believe in helping brands of every size succeed. With low minimum orders, national and international logistics, and the support to get your drink onto the big box shelves. Ready to launch your brand? Visit rrchwholesale.info or call 806-370-0419 today.
Bold Gold stands for power, grit, hope. It pumps through our veins and lives in our hearts. It's built people, businesses, communities. Those two words are what we Post Texans live for. It's what we at Post Plumbing love. New construction, commercial and residential plumbing and HVAC. Call the R Brothers. Go Bold Gold.
No, I want to cheat. Skip the drive-thru, drive in, and drive back to a simpler time. Our car hops come to your car to take your order at Holly's Drive-In, 615 South Broadway in Post, featuring old-fashioned burgers, fries, shakes, malts, along with Mexican food, sandwiches, salads, and so much more. And best of all, it's served hot and fresh right to your car. Don't drive by, drive in to Holly's Drive-In, 615 South Broadway in Post. Call ahead at 495-2704 for Holly's Drive-In.
Holly's Drive-In, taking you back to the golden days, one bite at a time. The third quarter of Bold Gold football is presented by Holly's Drive-In.
All right, well, the young cheerleaders just left the field. We thought there'd be two groups, possibly not. The Antelopes are coming around the field to cause a little interruption with the cheering event. You got to play ball. Well, the countdown clock was 1:30. Now they just turned it off. So we're getting ready for third quarter. Coming your way. Third quarter brought to you by Holly's Drive-In. Carson Construction score. New Deal 20, Post 13. Ready to start the third. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're ready.
Right, man, let's get it going. Let's get some excitement going on. It'll be Post kicking to New Deal. So New Deal with the lead and the ball to start off the second.
You have to set the tone on this first drive. If you can send the message that you are back to what you were, and just tell New Deal like it is, you're going to be all right.
Mason Wright's going to kick off. We missed Mason 2 weeks ago at Farwell. Kicking from the South 40. Kicking north, no breeze to think of.
You can get it high enough, you can play exterminator and wipe out some bugs.
Jacoby Creek is back to receive.
Mason's a big hunter, so he'd be for that. Get him a.
I understand he did a little bit of hunting on his week off last weekend. Here's the kick. Could be kind of a pooch.
Stay in.
Roll out of bounds just inside the 20.
Yeah, it goes out of bounds right there, I believe, at the 20. At the 17 where it went out of bounds at.
All right, here we go. Second half. 12 minutes ago in the third. First play will be with New Deal. 1st and 10. Where are they going to spot the 25? Nope. 30.
Yeah, so
30-yard line.
the kick out of bounds goes to the 30, yep.
So 1st and 10. Dallas Sumner, senior quarterback, shotgun most of the night, under center a couple times, which was effective on those plays. He's got 2 receivers left. Tight end. Handoff to Rodriguez in the backfield. Gets past the line of scrimmage, brought down at the 31.
Daniel Carroll.
Great tackle. We need more of that.
Yes.
Smart defensive pursuit, not overrunning the run play and making the tackle. That's happened a couple times tonight where we've gotten in the backfield, but we've just rushed, we've overrushed.
Both him and Sebastian Martinez flipped sides for this particular play. So let's see what they work on here.
For New Deal, Juan Serban's coming in for Nathan Gimpy on that last play. Rushing out, we got 4 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1.
That's delay a game.
There you go. A little more momentum for the Antelope.
I think New Deal's head coach got a timeout off. Yeah, I saw him signaling it. Yeah, timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout, New Deal already. Didn't want that play clock to run out. 11:09, we'll take a break here. Third quarter. No one has scored in the second half yet, so it's still 20-13 New Deal.
Whenever those grass fires start, there's no putting them out. We've got 80-mile-an-hour winds there one day. Xcel Energy called around and asked us if it was all right if they turned electricity out, and I was 100% for that.
It's always in the back of our mind that we're doing this for the customer. It's just in our DNA.
Whenever you get burned out, you're burning out your livelihood. Those are winds you just never can expect when they're going to happen. We just got to be prepared for it, and I think, man, they work good with us. We just got a good relationship with them.
All right, back live at Redmond Stadium. New Deal calls the timeout before the play clock runs out on them.
No, they're all Matt Hill for New Deal. He is actually listed as their defensive play caller. Kyle Carver, their assistant coach, is their offensive coordinator. So he took forever trying to get the substitution in and getting the play off, and almost cost them 5 yards.
And the substitute, Juan Serban, the snapper. He's playing center. Sumner takes the snap, back to pass from the pocket, throws left, wide open on the far side, is caught for a first down. That is number 15, it looks like, Jackson Atterbury.
And he's wrapped up out of bounds by number 13, Raiden Osborne. Pass rush was stifled almost immediately by the New Deal offensive line. This is where we need to see Luca Perez come up, because he's had a tendency the last couple of seasons to wreak havoc and change some games. If he can get a sack this drive, that'd be big.
New Deal takes it to the 43-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Handoff. There'll be an option play. It's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. Sumner finds a hole on the right side.
Holding.
To the post 40. Flag is thrown. And I think we'll have a holding.
As Draven Gonzalez and Daniel Young wound up tripping him up, bringing him down. But it's going to be holding. When Luca Perez had his eyes on the running back, was his read. Running back wound up holding Luca, trying to come back, and it's 10 yards.
Okay. That'll make it replay of first down. 1st and 20 coming up for New Deal.
Russ talking about trying to get pressure on the quarterback whenever they throw it. New Deal is leaving more than just their 5-0 linemen in there to block. They really are in a max pass pro set here. So it won't be a full 10-yard penalty there since they gained yards.
Well, that I think is from the spot of the foul.
It's for the spot of the foul, yes.
Yeah, from the 48 back to the 38. Still first down, so about 1st and 15. Pass out to the left flat, incomplete.
He's limping. I think he might, the way he's standing, he might have rolled his ankle when he tried to step forward to pass, because he was through off of his back foot.
Either that or his shoes giving him a little bit of trouble.
And because he's limping on his
I
plant
think
leg.
it's his calf. His calf has been wrapped all night. His right calf looks like he's having some trouble with it. It was wrapped as soon as he got off the bus earlier.
Let's see if we can capitalize on it, guys.
All right, 2nd and 15 for New Deal. Snap, reverse, number 15, trying to get outside on the left side. He does. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage and a little bit more.
Adon had a good angle on him, and Draven Gonzalez winds up pushing him out of bounds.
As Jackson Atterbury with the carry. Picks up, my goodness, close to 10. It's going to be 3rd
and 9.
He picked up 5 or 6. 3rd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, right at the original line of scrimmage, looks like.
There you go. Picked up 5 on the play.
Jacob Price comes out, and I believe Sebastian Martinez entered the game for him.
And it's 3rd down.
Big down right here for the Antelopes. Need a stop.
Yes.
Get the offense back on the field.
3rd and 10. New Deal with the ball. In your own territory, 43-yard line. Snap. Option play. Run pass option. He's going to pass it and throw it. Get a first down and more to number 8.
Good tackle in the open field by Aiden Rodriguez. Save it.
Dalton Martin with the catch and run. Takes it in the post territory about the 29, it looks like.
Play clock was at 0 seconds for like 1.5 seconds.
Is that right?
And there was not a flag called on that. Yeah, that's why I didn't say nothing. I was counting Mississippi's in my head, and it was 1.5 Mississippi
Oh, goodness.
for that play clock at 0.
All right, so anyway, New Deal gets the benefit of the play in post territory at the 29. We're facing the south end zone. Snap, handoff Rodriguez, sweep left, gets outside, gets another first down for New Deal. It runs over a tackler and gets inside the 20 to looks like the 13 actually.
And he runs over Raiden Osborne, who pushes him out of bounds in the process. So far, these read options have been getting the Antelopes defensive line and linebackers in all sorts of fits.
All right, from the 13, it'll be 1st and 10 for New Deal. Right now with a 7-point lead.
We need a red zone stand here.
Yes, we do. We need one desperately.
Sumner's going to take the ball, run right, looking for a hole. Goes outside, gets tripped up.
Good tackle.
Picks up 2 maybe.
Flag in the backfield.
It's going to be another hold. So, yeah, you called it, Carter. That was a good play by Alec Garcia. So far, the corners for the defense have been taking great pursuit drills. It's just they're getting through their 1st and 2nd tacklers.
That was holding on the backside of that formation.
Yes.
Yeah, away from the play.
Yeah, away from the play, yeah. So you see right there when they put 7 and 8, both of their tight ends or blocking backs, whatever you want to call those players, when they put them both on the same side there, both times they've done that tonight, it's been just a designed QB keeper for Sumner.
They move the ball to the 23 now.
Yeah.
So still first down, got to go at 20 yards to get a first.
And they are taking their time. 10 seconds are now on the play clock.
Nope. Keep an eye on that clock, Russ.
I am.
Sumner with 2 seconds. Gets a snap. Run up the middle. Stopped. Picks up maybe one.
By Jacob Price. The
first time we've called his name tonight.
Yes, that's something we need to see more of him. He's had a quiet first half.
Sumner's still shaking up.
Injury timeout for Sumner. We can probably stay here, though.
Yeah.
It's just his calf. Looks like he just has like a cramp in his calf.
He's going down. We're going to take a timeout.
We'll take one here on Post Sports Radio. Score is 20-13 still, and New Deal threatening to score with 9:16 on the third quarter clock. Third quarter is brought to you by Holly's Drive-In.
Hey, I want to do something to help Post and Garza County. Have any ideas?
Well, I remember at one of the football games, the endowment group gave away a lot of money to local charity groups.
What's an endowment?
From what I know, it's a permanent pile of money that keeps growing interest. And the endowment group gives away the interest every year.
But I'm not sure that I have enough to give.
Just give what you can. If everyone gave a little, that adds up to a whole lot of money for local nonprofits, which helps us all.
Go to postgarzacountyendowment.org to find out more. postgarzacountyendowment.org. For good, forever.
Here at the Post Area Chamber of Commerce, we are more than events. Yes, we love a good ribbon cutting or holiday market, but the Chamber's real purpose is deeper than that. We exist to advocate for local businesses, agriculture, and tourism. We connect people, promote growth, and keep Post moving forward together. That's why we're here. That's why we work.
All right, welcome back to our Bowl Gold District opener with 9:16 left to go here in the third quarter. It is 20-13 as your Carson Construction scored. Lions over the Bowl Gold is still dealing with an injury timeout. So Carter, so far, it's going to be second down and like a long 18 to go. What do you expect to see from your Bowl Gold defense these next couple of stops?
Well, it's second and 18, so there's a little bit of margin for error here. We know that Noodle has a pretty good kicker, so that could come into play if they can't get the first down. But now that Sumner's a little banged up, bring in the backup quarterback, that's a little bit less of a threat running the ball from the quarterback, so that should help the Amps. We've got to get some pressure. We've got to be able to hold the line whenever they run the ball, and we've got to get some pressure whenever they drop back and pass it. Curious to see what they do now that Colt Ramsey, number 5, is going to have to come in and play quarterback. Curious to see how the play calling changes.
Yeah, so the Bowl Gold defensive line still stays the same from that last time out. It is still Daniel Carroll on the near side of the field, Vicente Hernandez in the middle, Jacob Price on the far side of the field. So they're going to line up in shotgun formation. Rodriguez lined up to the left side of Ramsey. Ramsey takes a snap, pitches to Martin, goes up the middle, is stopped almost immediately by the Bowl Gold defense. He's brought down, I believe that was Jacob Price that brings him down again.
Yeah, it was good hustle by him to get back and make that play.
Makes it third and a long 11.
Ball's on the 14-yard line. So probably going to see more plays like that, some misdirection plays since the backup quarterback's in. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him throw it. So
Rodriguez now lines up again on the right side. Double, two receivers out left. Handoff. No, it's going to be a pass from Ramsey down to a wide open Atterbury in the middle of the end zone for a Lions touchdown. Miscommunication in the secondary. They read the reads at the far side of the field.
Well, that play action was just phenomenal by the quarterback, Dallas Sumner. He just
no. Colt Ramsey on the pass.
Yeah, Colt Ramsey on the pass. That was a good. I got to give credit to Coach Carver for the Lions. That was a great play call and play design by him.
It's the second time they've run that tonight, Russ. We gotta see that.
And we got an official timeout. We got a Bowl Gold player down there at the
he's up.
back half of the end zone.
Rayden Osborne cramping just a little bit. He's gonna jog off the field now.
Well, that was a touchdown that you did not need to have happen, and now Sean is going to come in for Rayden.
Ramos number 8 back in on defense, maybe for the first time tonight.
So it looks like the Lions will just kick the extra point this time. Last time they faked it. I expect this to just be an extra point.
Jacoby Creek ready to kick. Sumner to hold. Snap is down.
Misses it.
He missed it. That's his second one of the season, Russ.
Yep, and could be a big miss.
Big miss. 26-13 is the Carson Construction score. We are in the Holly's Drive-In third quarter. Post will get the ball back when we come back here on Post Sports Radio, home of the Bowl Gold.
It's grilling season, and nothing tastes better than meat cooked out on the grill. Make sure your freezer is stocked with meat from Jackson Brothers Meat Locker and Post. They have meat packs of every size for every budget with chicken, steak, hamburger, and their famous German sausage. Jackson Brothers Meat Locker, 121 South Avenue H in Post. Call 495-3245. That's 495-3245 for Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post. And visit their website, jacksonbrothersmeat.com.
All right, well, New Deal just scored again. Here's the drive summary brought to you by Pocolambro.
That was a 9-play, 70-yard drive. It took 3 minutes and 39 seconds off the clock, and it ended with a Colt Ramsey touchdown pass, backup quarterback to number 15, Jackson Atterbury. And that brings your Carson Construction score 26-13 in favor of the Lions. Thanks to Pocolambro for the drive summary.
And we know, based off of last week, how extra points could wind up making or breaking a game with special teams miscues. Both Bowl Gold and Lions tonight have missed an extra point, but that was the second miss for Creek all year long, Jim.
Yeah, there you go. So Creek's kicking off right now. From the north 40, kicking south. A pooch high and deep, not deep. Caught again by Moreno. Gets past the 50 into New Deal's territory.
Tackled out of bounds by number 62, Juan Serbine. But that's big because that pooch, that idea for a pooch kick costs New Deal, and the Antelopes are now starting inside Lions territory.
Antelopes got to respond here. They're down by 13 points, 2 possessions, 26-13 Carson Construction score.
I want to see us run the ball. I want to see us be able to fire off and win the line of scrimmage.
Russ, you watch the line of scrimmage. I'm watching the back. All right, quarterback number 14, of course, Josh Segura takes it, hands it off to the running back. And he stopped after picking up maybe one.
We got good push up front. That's a little late.
Yeah, that's Jacoby Creek in there on the tackle. And coming in off of the tackle who tripped him up is going to be number 55, Michael Beck.
Gain of 2 for the running back, Brandon Curtis.
Somebody on the guards, whether it be a guard or a tackle, is not communicating on their double team, or they're seeing the guy they're supposed to get come off very late. That is one thing that caught my eye on that drive, on that play.
2nd down and 8. We got 2 receivers right, 1 left. Segura in the backfield, ready to take the shotgun snap. Handoff once again to Brandon Curtis. Goes for maybe 1 yard. No, actually no gain.
Michael Beck comes up making the tackle once again, number 55. Gain of nothing, as that was going to be a designed GT is what we like to call that, where the guard and the tackle both come in and pull, and we're just not able to fill and get their blocks, and Curtis had nowhere to go running the ball.
There's no threat of us passing the ball out of that formation, and so New Deal is they're just teeing off, able to rush.
All right, 3rd and 8, shotgun snap, and a blitz. It's going to be a screenplay, executed. Oh, and brought down right away. Short of the first down is Brandon Curtis.
Well, now you can actually think about it, because that was a pretty big gain on the play.
That's illegal. The New Deal coaches are arguing with the official. We had linemen down the field, and Duty cut the ball past the line of scrimmage. They didn't call it, luckily for the Antelopes.
Dalton Martin did wind up making the tackle on that play. So this is going to be a big 4th down decision.
Yeah, Coach Hill's asking for a little sympathy and grace from the sideline, but he's not going to get it. 4th down and 3 for the Bowl Gold. 6:16, 3rd quarter clock. Handoff. No, it's going to be a reverse. It's going to be Ramos sweeping over to the right side. He gets the 1st down and more. He's down inside the 25 and knocked out of bounds.
Tripped up out of bounds for number 20, Jonas Rodriguez. That's a good play call, leading everybody to the left side of the scrimmage and pitching it back to the far side of the field.
All right, Bowl Gold with a Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler 1st down to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. And the clock stops at 6:05 here in the 3rd.
So every time that New Deal is going to bring their linebackers up, that play just spread out their linebackers. As Daniel Young's in slot receiver now.
Segura takes a snap. Going to throw this one. Oh, it's picked off on a tip drill. It's caught by number 9 with the pick. That's Kylan Galindo, still on his feet, finally brought down.
Brought down by Ramos. It was just bobbled it in and out of the hands of Ramos, and Galindo picks it up off of the deflection.
For both teams, we've seen some really good defensive pass coverage tonight. That one from Galindo earlier from Draven Gonzalez. But Post gives the ball over to the team that's leading right now by 13. The New Deal Lions, they got the ball back at the post 22.
Would not be surprised if they decide to take a shot and capitalize on their momentum.
Sumner hands off to Rodriguez. Goes off the left tackle, gets close to the 20-yard line.
He's
30 rather.
Brought down by by Don on the far side of the field.
Ball's at the 29.
Yes.
It'll be second down and about 3 to go for New Deal.
Just all night long, it's the RPOs, it's the little read options is what's been killing this defense tonight.
Got to find a way to get a stop here if you're the Antelopes.
Sumner in the shotgun. Hands it off directly to Rodriguez on the left side, and he stops behind the line of scrimmage.
There we go. That's the first time that we've been able to meet the running back in the backfield tonight. Finally.
Daniel Carroll and Colton Hawkins wound up making the play. Colton Hawkins is the one that winds up giving Rodriguez a shot, and Daniel Carroll brings him down to finish him off. So you could make the case this could be the biggest third down in terms of stopping momentum.
I think Carter agrees with you there. Third down and 4. Sumner's going to keep it, go right. I think he's going to be short.
Oh, they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
They're going to give it to him.
They are. They gave him a very generous spot.
And every time he takes off, his calves lock up. But they're going to give him the first down. God. He fell forward for it there, Russ.
Yeah, he did.
All right, so New Deal with the first down. Gives them a little bit more breath. First and 10 from their own 32.
It's just a great formation there. When you spread it out like that and had to pull that many defenders out the box, it's easy to run that play.
Summer's going to option it, give it to Rodriguez. Going up the middle for another first down. Gets to midfield. Ball's on the floor.
Draven recovers.
It's a great play by Colton Hawkins to strip that ball.
So Hawkins strips it. Who recovered it?
Draven Gonzalez. That's how you do it. You answer a turnover with a turnover, and now you're back ahead in the turnover margin tonight with, what is that, 3?
Yes, 3.
All right, so two possession games still left for the Antelopes. This has to be one to get back in this game with just 4 minutes left in the third. 26-13, Carson Construction score. New Deal leads.
Could not have come at a more opportune time.
Here we go, bold gold. Y'all at home, get your rally caps on. Snap to Segura, pitch left on a bubble screen. Caught by Ramos, knocked out of bounds. Maybe a yard.
Yeah, but wrapped out of bounds immediately by Colin Galindo. So it's the first time tonight that New Deal's been able to stop that.
No gain.
This is where you're going to have to figure out how you can utilize every single blade of turf that you have on this field because of how compact that the lines are bringing the tackle box.
I want to get Draven involved here on this drive.
3:56, clock stop there on the pass. Option play down the middle and caught for a Payne Powell Truitt.
He was down.
He's down.
They're going to mark Aiden Rodriguez down.
Aiden Osborne.
Yeah, they are.
Aiden Rodriguez.
Oh, Aiden Rodriguez, sorry.
Aiden Rodriguez, yes.
That's his second time. They've run that exact same play twice. Aiden Rodriguez has made the catch both times and got lots of yards after the catch.
And
the first was for a TD as well,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Josh was able to fit that in the smallest of windows to Rodriguez as well. It was a beautiful throw by the quarterback.
Rodriguez takes it to the 32 in New Deal territory, 1st and 10.
Great play all around there.
3:32 on the clock. Randy Curtis in the backfield. Whistle blows at the snap. 5-yard penalty against the Antelopes.
They've been spot on with their penalties tonight, but some of these, they've been coming in very late, like just a tad bit late for me. And I'm saying that across the board for us and them.
So 5-yard penalty, going to make it 1st and 15 for the Antelopes now.
This is exactly what you had happen against Farwell. You took 2 steps forward and you would do something to take a couple steps back and stop for your drive. You need to not allow that to happen here. Luckily, it's still first down.
That's right, from the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Antelopes. 1st and 15, rather. Josh Segura in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Handed off to Curtis up the middle. Finds a hole. He gets to the 20. He's going for the 15, and he's knocked out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds by number 18, Isaiah Santoyo, for a Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler first down. And Jim, all that was just a simple draw play. The Lions brought 7 guys that they had inside the tackle box, and we made them pay for it.
First big run for Curtis for tonight, 20 yards on the carry. So we go 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the third. Post threatening to score now inside the red zone, 17-yard line, left hash mark.
In the red zone, got Luca Perez in now at running back.
3 receivers right. It's going to be a quick pitch out the right. Bubble screen is caught. And it's Draven Gonzalez. The flag is thrown in the meantime. He's trying to get to the end zone, but I think that's going to come back.
That's going to be holding on Alex Garcia there.
Yeah, it is. And
that's going to come back.
That's just unfortunate.
Well,
because Draven made a beautiful move to get around him, and
Alec
just had his hands too far outside.
The real cause of that penalty is that play took a long time to get started. Josh faked the handoff, obviously, and then he kind of waited just a little bit before he threw that ball out there. And so Alec had to block for a long time right there. And when you got to block for that long, you eventually are going to have to hold.
There you go. Daniel Young checks in for Aiden Rodriguez.
Here we go, first down and long, 20 for a first for the Antelopes.
They don't have anybody back deep, guys.
2 receivers left, and Josh rolls left, looks, throwing to the end zone, and it's Alec Garcia with the catch.
It's a touchdown.
And it's a touchdown for the Bold Gold. What a catch by Alec Garcia.
Back shoulder fade in the back corner of the end zone. 9 times out of 10, that is going to defeat the corner on plays like that. That's a beautiful located ball by Josh Segura.
Segura to Garcia gives Post the momentum back. It's 26-19 right now. We're going for 1.
You have to have this extra point. You have to.
Mason Wright in the kick.
Here we go, Mason.
They need a long snapper. So
yeah, we got to have that.
Got 15 seconds. Going to have to get this off quickly.
Well, you got plenty of time.
Relax.
Colton Hawkins, the snapper, the kicker. Mason Wright. And
it's good.
Just
Lord.
That was questionable from this
It can look like a dying duck as long as it goes through the middle. That's all we care about.
All right, Post coming back, down by 6 now. New Deal 26, Post 20 is the Carson Construction score. Still in the third, brought to you by Holly's Drive-In. 2 minutes, 26 seconds to go.
When the unexpected happens, we take every step to get your lights back on quickly. At Excel Energy, we also take it personally. Because your power is our power. Our employees, your neighbors. It's why we maintain, repair, and protect the grid. So we can provide what's important to you and to us. Resilient, reliable energy.
Post gets back on the scoreboard. Here's the drive summary with Carter Petty.
Thanks, Poco Lambro. Here's the drive summary. It's a 4-play, 56-yard drive. Took 1 minute and 30 seconds off the clock. Was capped off by an Alec Garcia touchdown reception with a beautiful back shoulder throw from Josh Segura. Brings your Carson Construction score 20-26. Lions lead. Antelopes with the momentum now. Just need to get a stop here on defense. Here's Mason Wright to kick it deep.
22 back to receive Jacoby Creek. And he has a chance of getting it. And he's going to, it goes inside the 5. He picks it up at the 3. On his feet at the 10, still 15. Nice move by him to the 20. Gets out to the 25. And I think that's where we're going to mark it down right there.
He got hit hard up high. I believe that was Isaiah Moreno that hit him. It was a great hit.
I think it was Nelson Esparza was in there too.
Yeah, Nelson Esparza was the one that threw him out of bounds.
There too. We had 3 guys helping out. All right, so nice return by the little guy, number Jacoby Creek. He is small, right?
He is. He isn't the biggest, but he plays.
He plays big.
He plays big.
And kicks.
They've had
returns
throughout that program's history. They've had several guys like that.
Ball on the 26.
All right, 1st and 10, New Deal. After Post scores to tighten it up 26-20. Lions are up. Sumner's going to hand it off to his running back, Rodriguez, left side. Gets to the 30.
Daniel Young with the tackle of the night. I'm going to go ahead and call it right there. That's the best tackle he's made all night long.
There's Colton Hawkins. He fought through his block to help there as well.
So gain of 4. So 2nd down and 6 for New Deal coming up next on this next play.
Yeah, ball's on the 30.
All right, here we go. Sumner in the shotgun, fighting cramps in both legs. Ready to take the snap and does. Option play, going to give it to Rodriguez. And he gets himself a first down to the New Deal 39.
He's tripped up by Alec Garcia. I'm going to give credit on the tackle for that one. And Luca came in. He pulled off the guy that was blocking him and came back in, but he was just a little bit too late and Rodriguez was able to run through an arm tackle. We need to find a way to stop this option offense.
All right, so 1:20 and less in the third. 26-20, it's 1st and 10 from their own 39. New Deal. Timeout's going to be called, looks like.
New Deal.
Timeout, New Deal.
All right, so we'll take one here on Post Sports Radio. Once again, it's a 6-point game. One possession for Post. Get back in this. They're down by 6, 26-20. Back in a moment here on Post Sports Radio, home of the Bold Gold.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
Well, New Deal calls the timeout. We'll go back to action here in just a second. You got a few scores, Russ?
I do. A couple of them are shocking. New Home up on Abernathy with 11:30 left to go in the third, 39-0. And then Olton, that game just went final, 56-0 over Floyd Ayden. We'll see Olton next week over in Olton.
In Olton, going to make that long drive, hour and a half. All right, so here we go. We got, 1st and 10, New Deal. Bold Gold Antelopes on defense. Sumner is going to play the option again, going to the left side, throws it this time. Out in the flat, and it's caught. Who was that?
That was Martin.
They've run that 2, maybe even 3 times now. Our linebackers just get caught with their eyes in the backfield and our safeties, and it's just wide open every time.
That's a tight end, Dalton Martin with the catch.
How many yards receiving does Martin have on the night?
Well, let me put this one in, and I'll get back to y'all. That brings his receiving yards to – that's 84 receiving yards for Dalton Martin so far tonight.
All right, 1st and 10, inside post territory now. Sweep right to Rodriguez. Gosh, gets another first down and past the 20 into the red zone. Spot him at the 17.
We're not tackling. Draven Gonzalez trips him up. But we're not tackling. Instead of tackling, we're going to try to cause a turnover and get the ball while the guy's still running, and it's costing us.
Can't let him score here.
It's been like that the entire game.
They got to run one more play before the end of the third quarter here.
So we got 1st and 10 now inside the red zone at the spot at the 16-yard line, right between the hash marks, getting lots of room on both sides. Receiver on both sides. Going to be an option right. It's going to be Rodriguez going to the right side to the 10. Inside the 10 to about the 7.
Daniel Carroll winds up bringing him down. Daniel Young tripped him up. Almost had him for a moment. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 1 or 2.
We'll take this into the 4th quarter. So thank you, Holly's Drive-In, for bringing us the 3rd quarter. Post scored in the 3rd. They tightened it up a little bit. Carson Construction scored 26-20 New Deal. They have the ball going into the 4th, and they'll be heading towards the north end zone in just a moment here on Post Sports Radio, home of the Bold Gold.
Sonic brings fans the Sonic Smasher because you deserve a burger with 2 hand-smashed Angus beef patties, always made to order, served hot off the grill. Just like you deserve a veteran QB who's willing to mentor the rookie, a generational receiver who promises to never get traded, injured, or retire early, and a coach who respects your armchair play calling every single play. While we can't give you everything you deserve, we can give you a free large drink when you order a Sonic Smasher through the Sonic app.
Tax not included. See app for details. Limited time offer at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Sonic Drive-In. Enjoy Sonic Drive-In's fresh made-to-order meals. The fourth quarter of Bold Gold football is presented by Sonic, America's Drive-In.
Well, the guys over at Sonic aren't sweating as much as they have in the past. Post with only 20 points on the scoreboard. That means 20% off your order at Sonic tonight. What do you got?
Little cricket on your hat.
Yeah, I'll take a cricket. Is he still there?
He is still there.
Still there. You guys going to help me out?
I'm about to.
Carter's afraid to touch
Boom!
it.
I hit it over Janice, the camera.
Hit it onto a fan.
Oh, I did. I did hit it onto a fan.
It just went.
That thing flew.
Yeah, it flew.
It's just a cricket, though. It's not one of those longhorn beetles.
Yeah.
No. Cricket. I mean, I guess it's harmless minus the noise.
Can you adjust that camera, Russ? You see where we're missing the bottom of the scoreboard a little bit? Just what you do is tip it down. All right, here we go. New Deal coming back after the end of the third quarter. A little bit more.
It didn't really go.
Didn't go.
Pull it this way a little.
Here we go, guys. 2nd down and 2. New Deal with the ball. A reverse coming up the middle. And the running back's going to get in the end zone for a touchdown. Is that Dalton again? Dalton Martin with the carry.
Yes, it was. It was they called it a pass.
All right, so New Deal takes a bigger lead now, 32-20.
Just a quick little shovel pass from Dalton Martin to Sumner to Martin. They're going for 2.
Sumner in the shotgun. You got a receiver on both sides. Tight end on the right. Running back Rodriguez. Option play is going to be a pass. Run pass option is good for a 2-point conversion to Martin once again. The New Deal taking this game away right now. Still the fourth quarter and lots of time left. Just under 12 minutes at 11:54. And we'll go ahead and take a break here on Post Sports Radio, home of the Bold Gold. Back in a moment.
Take a break and let Post Family Cleaners take care of the laundry. Family Cleaners is Post hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. Whether it's dry cleaning, wash and starching, laundry service, or alterations, Post Family Cleaners has you covered. Let Post Family Cleaners make your life a bit easier. Go by 111 West Main Street or call 806-495-0777 to get details. That's 806-495-0777. Post Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main and Post.
Drive summary is brought to you by Poca Lambro, and New Deal just scores again. Carter?
That was a 6-play, 74-yard drive. Took 2 minutes and 32 seconds off the clock. Was capped off by the shovel pass reception for number 8, Dalton Martin. He scores again. That's his second touchdown receiving tonight. And that brings your Carson Construction score 34-20 in favor of the Lions.
Jacoby Creek kicking off for the Lions from the South 40, moving from right to left. It's going to be a pooch over to the far side, caught by Post. Looks like Moreno with the catch.
He was brought down by, was it brought down by the kicker? No.
Probably not.
I was trying to see who that was.
Maybe 9.
Maybe Galindo brought him down.
I didn't see it.
The only reason why I asked is I couldn't see the number, and they looked about the same size.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats.
Well, Moreno caught that ball at the 32, takes it to the 34, so it's 1st and 10 in Post territory for the Antelopes.
Oh.
Handoff, stopped in the backfield.
Nash again, and he's Chenault. with the tackle. You can also throw in Dalton Martin in there as well.
Gets holds like a sieve in the front line on that play. 3 defenders getting through very easily.
Yeah. A little bit of a rough night up front for the Antelopes.
So loss of 4, second down, 14 for the Antelopes. Quick pitch down the middle, incomplete. Intended for number 1, Alec Garcia.
Good play by Alec there to knock it down.
This
out of reach.
This just seems like so far, aside from the draw play that got Antelopes down there deep in their own territory, and the back shoulder fade to score. So far, other than that, there's been nothing up the middle between your guards that Coach Wright has called that anything has been able to work.
All right, Josh Segura brings the play in from the sideline from Coach Wright.
Okay, here we go. Draven Gonzalez right here.
3rd and 13. Need a big play here for the Antelopes. Rolling right is Segura. Looking to pass, finds a receiver. Oh, almost picked off. Intended receiver 21, Aiden Rodriguez.
It was just a good play by Jacoby Creek to come in there and break it up.
We're going to punt it.
Now Creek is going to go back and receive the punt. He's done it all tonight.
Yeah.
He'll stand at the 35. Luca Perez to punt for the Antelopes. Still a little miscommunication by the Antelopes. Things are just not together tonight. 5 seconds on the play clock. Snaps in time. Perez punts.
Another great punt.
Down to the 28. Caught by 22. Skirts around. And he's finally brought down past the 40. It was like the 43.
Brought down from behind by Daniel Carroll, and could have possibly had a possible block in the back on the Lions on that one, but officials decided to let it go.
So Creek with about a 15-yard return on that punt. Takes it up to the 44. Be 1st and 10 for New Deal.
Okay, gonna have to force a turnover or get a quick 3 and out here if you're the Antelopes, if you want to have time.
This is where you need to strip the ball, but we haven't had luck with doing so all game. So maybe once.
I'd just be more concerned about getting the guy down first.
That's what we need. Stop these guys now. Option play. Rodriguez gets the call, comes left, sweeps outside, and slung down.
Tackle made by Draven Gonzalez. The gain of about 4 or 5. Brings it to the 49-yard line.
So 2nd down at about 5.
Yep.
Still in New Deal territory.
New Deal, they're going to run the clock as much as they can here. Take their time. Second and 5 here.
From the New Deal 49, Lions with the ball. Sumner's going to option it, keep it, come left, goes back to the middle, picks up 1, maybe 2.
Come on.
Some massive humanity out there trying to advance the ball.
Sebastian Martinez and Adon Gonzalez did everything they could to try to hold Sumner, but what looked like an eternity where there was no game, the officials were just letting them play. They've got to blow that whistle because that's how players get hurt.
Well, inside post territory now, 48-yard line. 3rd down and about 2, maybe 3.
Okay, 3rd and 2. Got to have a stop here. Got to be able to at least get them to 4th down and make them think about it.
Sumner in the shotgun. Oh. The postmate jumped off sides.
Let's see what they call.
If body language is any indication, post is offsides. But the refs are talking about it.
Encroachment on us. That's a 1st down for the Lions. Brings it all the way down to the Lead to the 43.
Good 5 yards to the 43.
Yeah, Sebastian's trying to get an explanation as to why they called that. And it seems like he jumped off and made contact with a guy wearing a yellow hat. You can't do that.
All right, from the 43. 1st and 10 for the Lions. 34-20, 14-point lead. Sweep right, going to go to Rodriguez.
Good tackle from behind by Daniel Young. Starting to see him come alive.
Lost a couple feet on the play. Bringing up 2nd down at about 11. Time is ticking away, 8:42. Post needs the ball back twice to get back in this game. Quick turnover would help. You can see New Deal just keeping the ball on the ground. Going to be a shuttle pass once again. And gets to number 8.
Pitch to Martin, and he's brought down from behind by Daniel Carroll.
All right, Martin takes the ball to the post, 39. 3rd down at about 6. Need a big play here for the Antelopes to stop this 3rd down.
Nothing special, just get a stop.
All right, here we go, 3rd down and 6. 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this game. New Deal up by 14. It's going to be an option play to the right. It's caught.
It's that flat route again. We make the open field tackle there.
It's going to be 4th and about a long 2, I believe. No, even more than that.
It's the first time I've been able to stop that play all night, so.
All right, so 4th down coming up.
It's a good play by Draven to prevent him from getting any more yards. The Lions are at least going to think about it. They might just want to take the play clock all the way down.
If you're the Lions here, I think if it was me, I would go for it because, I mean, if you punt it, you're not gaining that much field position unless if you have a touchback. Quads, QB draw here, QB draw.
Sumner's going to take it up the middle and get the 1st down and a little bit more. And for a guy with cramps in his legs, he runs pretty good. Inside the red zone to the 19.
That's going to be the play call every time there.
Brought down by Don Gonzalez.
Because you take 4 guys out of the play, and so just yep.
Oh, Sumner's having a heck of a game. How many rushing yards does he have now?
That puts him at. He now has 89 on the ground and 123 through the air.
All right, so 1st and 10 from the post 19. Rodriguez gets the call, runs the ball to the 16-yard line.
Tackle from behind by Colton Hawkins. We're just don't have a lot of analysis to bring down. All of us, all 3 up here, we're just stunned. This is just a stunning performance by the Lions, and we knew going into this year that New Deal was not the same team that they were last year, that they had the capability to be physical. It's just we didn't realize they had this kind of performance in them.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so 2nd down, 6. Snap to Sumner, back to pass on the play action. Almost picked off. Needed that interception to turn the tide.
In and out of the hands of Colton Hawkins, and he needs to be careful because he showed his emotions punching the ground like he knew he should have had it, but you need to be careful doing that.
It's okay. That stops the clock. It helps a little bit.
It's a good thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 6.
They do it again.
One receiver left. Tight end on the right. Rodriguez in the backfield with Sumner.
That's a flag.
That's an illegal substitution.
Yeah, this guy comes from the sideline.
Sub. We got a sub. We got a sub. We got a sub. Okay, good. Delay game. Yeah.
My goodness.
Well, if you're us right there, if we sub, they have to hold until we get back on the field. It's just they legally have to allow us to sub, so we're good as long as we get the penalty.
Well, it wasn't too many guys on the field. It was not enough, and that substitution comes in real late.
Yeah, and so then you have to allow the defense to match.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So they move the ball back to the 21-yard line.
Yes.
Outside the red zone by a yard. Still third down, and let's say 12 to go for the first. So they can take it to the 9-yard line and redo the first down.
No, third down. Third down and 12.
Well, if they get to the
9-yard
line.
Yeah.
So third down and 12.
Watch 8 out of the backfield here.
There's a snap just in time. Back to pass Sumner going to the end zone. Out of reach. Incomplete.
Good pressure by Luca Perez and Daniel Carroll forced that incompletion.
Jackson Atterbury, the intended receiver, a little bit out of reach of him. He's had a good game tonight otherwise.
5:04. Still enough time.
They're going to kick it.
Let's see. So it's at the 21 plus 7, so 28. So it's a 38-yarder here. This is in his range. In warm-ups, he made a 40-yarder. So
Jacoby Creek, the kicker, number 22. There's a snap. Down. Oh, it's going to be really short.
No good.
And it's into the end zone, so it's not returnable.
It landed about what, inside the 5-yard line?
It landed in the end zone. Did
it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Antelopes could have returned it if they really wanted to, but we're good with them just missing.
All right, they missed it. Post gets the ball back. Still hope alive for us.
Yes.
Keep it alive.
Got to go 80 yards though to give yourselves a chance at doing anything at the 21. You got to go 79 yards.
You take it from here for a second. I'm going to fix that camera over there.
So Antelopes take over on offense. I believe they're going, Randy Curtis checks in at running back, lines up to the left side of Segura. Double receivers out at the left and right side of the line of scrimmage. Pass deep down the right side to a wide open Sean Ramos at the 50-yard line.
Come on, Sean, stay on your feet.
Wrapped up by Colin Galindo at the 39-yard line. So you flipped the field in a hurry with a whale of a play call and a pass. So now Coach Wright gets the play in to Segura. Aiden Rodriguez checks in.
That's huge because the clock stops because he got out of bounds, right? The clock stopped?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's running. It runs.
So here we go. Trips formation out left. Quick pass. It's a false start. Coach Wright is livid. And that stifles any kind of momentum, but does stop the clock momentarily.
Yeah.
With 4:38 left to go here in the Sonic fourth quarter. We can say possibly in regulation.
Got our scoreboard camera was a little wobbly there for a second. I got it adjusted. I think we see the whole thing now. So we have 4:38 to go. Post needs 2 touchdowns. Got to get one here quickly. Keeping hope alive. Go Bold Gold. 1st and 15 from the 44. Back to pass. Segura. Oh, intended for Draven Gonzalez. A little bit behind him.
New Deal helmet popped off. That didn't feel good.
And Draven's
that would take a timeout.
Yeah, we are. We're going to take timeout.
We'll be right back. Score once again 34-20. New Deal. Post with the ball with 4:17 in the game. We'll be back in a moment.
We play the greatest country music ever recorded. Tune in anytime and anywhere to KSSL 107.3, 94.1, KSSLFM.com, and on our free mobile app. All your favorites are here.
Hi, I'm Alan Jackson.
Hi, this is Mark Chestnut.
Hi, I'm Clint Black.
We've got them all.
Hi, this is Ronnie Millsap.
Hi, this is Patty Loveless.
Hi, everybody, this is Garth Brooks.
Hey, this is George Strait.
I've been listening to this radio station forever.
Proud supporters of high school sports. We are KSSL.
No matter the time of day, you'll find something just for you at Bill Cohen's McDonald's. Breakfast with an Egg McMuffin, lunch or dinner with a Big Mac or Quarter Pounder and fries, a quick snack of fresh bakery items, or just a cup of coffee. Bill Cohen's McDonald's has it, and it's always fast and fresh. Stop in today at any of the 5 locations of Bill Cohen's McDonald's: Brownfield, Levelland, Post, Slayton, and 82nd in Milwaukee in Lubbock. Bill Cohen's McDonald's. I'm loving it.
We're back after an official timeout, and a New Deal player leaves the field. Who came in?
It's going to be his backup quarterback, Colt Ramsey. He's going to come in and take over that.
Who is 19 been in there all game, Russ?
I haven't seen Austin Rodriguez in there.
Oh, so maybe it is 19 in there.
We're pass.
Good play by Josh.
15. Josh Segura still on his feet. Gets to the 35, but he's brought down.
We got to go quick here.
You need to get your sense of urgency. It's a good play by Josh to step up and run on something that wasn't there. You do have some time to give.
Post has 3 timeouts left, but things got to move quickly here.
Yeah.
It is 3rd down and about 7 to go for the first.
Creek is not back deep, Jim.
Segura back to pass. Flushed out, throws it to the right side. It's caught. They knocked out of
bounds.
Late.
That is
really late.
That was right in front of the line judge, too.
Yeah, number 18.
No call. Clock runs. Well, clock is stopped for the moment.
Should stop.
That was late. Very late.
Yeah, we couldn't tell where his feet were, the receiver's feet. He still may have been in.
No, he was not. I got a delay on the camera. His feet were out of bounds.
Can't see it from here, though.
I can on the camera. On the computer.
All right, here we go. We got more cameras than I thought then. Here's a snap. Back to pass Segura. Look at screenplay. It is. Oh, incomplete. Intended for Ramos. Thrown behind him. He's going to bring up 4th down and 5.
No, that's a turnover on downs.
Oh, never mind. There's your 4th.
Yeah, you could have had a screen. You had the screen to Ramos, but you also had Randy Curtis wide open right there at the sticks as well. Everybody was going to Sean.
And
now you need to stop, and
you're gonna have to have a
turnover.
You gotta have a fumble. That's the only way that you're still in this game. You gotta have some type of turnover, and they're not gonna put the ball in the air.
A strip and score, scoop and score.
You're gonna have to strip it and get a score, and then it's a long road. I mean, we got 3 timeouts, so we can get the ball back if we can get them to go 3 and out.
Dallas Sumner, the quarterback, taking his time. Play clock down to 5. He gets a snap. Sweep right is to Rodriguez, who gets around the edge somehow with speed.
Gonna roll the clock. He is down in bounds, they say.
Daniel Carroll winds up bringing him down. And clock continues to roll. And remember, we still do have that 2-minute timeout, but still.
Rodriguez gains 5, bringing up 2nd down and 5 to go. All right, so 34-20. New Deal with a 14-point lead. Possession of the ball towards the end of the 4th quarter. Sumner in the backfield. He's going to keep it this time, go up the middle.
He's short.
Short of the first.
Tripped up by Colton Hawkins. No, they're going to give him the first down.
Oh, my
goodness. I guess we got a bad angle from here. All right, so it's been 1st and 10, huh?
I thought they might bring the chains in on that one, but they just went ahead and gave it to him, so that's probably going to put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this is going to be the last play before the 2-minute timeout.
Handoff. No, it's going to be keeper by the quarterback. And Sumner takes it to the 50. Gain of 5 or 6.
This is wrapped up by Draven Gonzalez, falls forward, and it's 2-minute timeout.
Nice. There you go, Jeffrey.
All right, we'll take one here. Timeout, 2-minute timeout, that is. We'll be back in a moment here on Post Sports Radio. Score 34-20 New Deal.
On the road or on the go, make Swift Stop your first stop. Located at 124 North Broadway in Post, we strive to make Swift Stop the cleanest and friendliest store around. Whether you pull into our convenient drive-thru or pop inside, you can grab breakfast burritos made with scratch tortillas to fried pies prepared fresh daily to any of the wide variety of snacks and beverages we provide. We have exactly what you need to get you revved up for the miles ahead. We are West Texas owned and we are West Texas proud. So make your next stop a Swift Stop.
All right, here we go. Wrapping things up here with just 2 minutes on the clock. New Deal with the ball and a 14-point lead. Ball's right at midfield at the 50. Post needs a miracle. Scoop and score, strip and score. Onside kick, recovery.
Yeah, it's got to be. We got to get some type of fumble here or a bad snap or something. That'd be the only way that you could have a little bit of life. We got 3 timeouts, so we're going to be able to stop the clock these next 3 plays or next 2 plays before. But we're going to have, if they get another first down, that'll be the icing on the cake. So here we go, 2nd and 4.
All right, right between the hash marks at the 50. Sumner on 2nd down and 4. He's going to hand to his Rodriguez. Goes outside, cuts back, gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. So a nice stop by the Antelopes.
Coach Wright's going to take his timeout. He's brought down
Timeout Post.
He's tackled by Daniel Carroll.
We'll just keep it here, guys, and talk football.
So, I mean, with that, stop the clock at 1:49. New Deal runs those stretch plays, so they take even more time off the clock. I mean, they run those the entire game, that long read option before they make the decision. So, I mean, that play took 11 seconds off the clock. So, at best case scenario, the Antelopes are going to get the ball back with like 1:30 on the clock. It would take a miracle, but there's still a little bit of hope.
Keep hope alive.
That's Russ's saying.
Yeah.
I stole
Have
it.
you trademarked that yet, Russ?
I haven't because I'm
He stole from somebody.
I stole it from Chris Level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it's a great saying.
Is it actually, you think he has the rights to it, copyright?
Oh, I highly doubt it.
I doubt it.
So, yeah, okay.
That's a pretty broad phrase
Sure.
to trademark, I bet.
I think he stole from somebody else.
Probably.
I've heard him say that for as long as I've been listening to him.
And who is he?
He's the sideline reporter for Tex Broadcast on Learfield Sports.
Thank you. In case those who don't know.
And he's a long time insider for all things Texas Tech football, Texas Tech men's basketball,
baseball,
anything you need to know about Tech athletics. He's basically your guy.
He's the man. That's right. All right, here we go on 3rd down.
Gotta
4
have
to
a
go. Post needs to stop New Deal, and Summers going to keep it on the snap and get a first down. And that's pretty much going to wrap things up for the Lions of New Deal.
So it's going to be an opening win for the Lions. Kickoff district. Antelope still got basically still kind of control your future. I mean, you got tons. You got 4 games left. You just got to get 2 wins to make the playoffs, and you don't got to win the district to win the state title. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
No, you don't.
You got to.
That's just the truth, isn't it?
You got to get at least 4th place to make the playoffs. You can't get to the state championship unless you make the playoffs.
I was looking at the history of. Well, I'll talk about that one here in a little bit.
It's going to be a delay of game.
Yeah.
Which they don't mind. Knocking seconds off the clock down to 1:10 right now in the game.
I was looking at over the bye week. I was looking at the list of teams that have how they've fared when they've gone on to win their first state championship. I was looking at teams like Canadian, and heck, I even looked at Dangerfield when they went on their three-peat beginning in 2008, and so on and so forth, and even Stanford when they won it in 2012. In 2012 and 2013, they each had 1 loss, and that was in the preseason. And it is possible. And this district of ours is tough. So odds are not even going undefeated could even win you the district
Lots
championship.
of programs with lots of tradition. I mean, New Deal They always have a pretty solid team. Abernathy's always solid, so New Home's been solid of late.
Sumner with the carry, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and he's close.
And Coach Wright's going to take his second timeout.
All right, guys, we'll take one here on Post Sports Radio. It's 34-20. Game almost over in the Sonic fourth quarter. So right now, 20% off your meal at Sonic tonight. Take advantage of it. The community of Post continues to be committed to the Post Antelopes, just as Happy State Bank is committed to our customers. Perseverance, commitment, and resilience are key ingredients for success both on and off the field of play. Whether you are cheering on the Post Antelopes, starting a new business, or planning for the future, Happy State Bank is here for all your life's moments. Let us be your partner at Happy State Bank. Visit us in person or at happybank.com.
Happy State Bank, a division of Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, we're back live from Jimmy Redmond Memorial Stadium. This is the first district game of the 2025 season, and not going Post way. May not end that way either. It's 1:04 on the fourth quarter clock. And New Deal with the ball, and 14 points up, 34-20. As they come out of the huddle on 2nd down and 10. Snap. Sumner comes left, sweeps left, gets around the edge, slides, and stays in bounds to keep that clock moving.
Yeah, now if you're New Deal, you just need one more knee, and that about wraps it up.
All right, so Bold Gold going to take it on the chin tonight, but still, like we just talked about, plenty of time to keep that winning record going and making the playoffs later on. There's some tough competition in this District 2-2A Division 1. 24 seconds. Snap, knee. That's going to be the end of the game. So we'll go ahead and get a head start on the wrap-up show. Cars Construction final score. New Deal wins 34-20 over the Post Bold Gold Antelopes in game number 1 of the District 2-2A season. We'll be back in a moment.
It's our energy, but it fuels your life. And your life is our life's work. We'll provide the energy. You provide the power.
Post Antelope football is powered by the Post Area Chamber of Commerce, serving Post in all of Garza County. Visit postcitytexas.com. Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler. Experienced, committed attorneys to meet all your legal needs. tpainelaw.com. Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main and Post. And Bill Cohen's McDonald's, the corporate sponsor of Bold Gold football. These sponsors make Post Sports Radio a reality.
Not every pass leads to a touchdown, but every game can be a win with Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post. With high-quality beef and pork cuts of every variety, plus their sausage and world-famous beef jerky, you might have to play some defense around the dinner table. But this football season can be as delicious as it is entertaining. Located at 121 South Avenue H in Post, call today at 806-495-3245 for Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post.
Trey Payne and his team at Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler are available for all of your legal needs. With offices in Post, Lubbock, Hereford, and Clovis, New Mexico, the team is ready to offer legal solutions in personal injury, family law, criminal law, real estate, and estate planning. Give them a call at 806-368-8712. Payne, Powell, Truitt, and Chandler Law Firm. Call 806-368-8712. Welcome back to Post High School Football on postsportsradio.com. Corporate sponsor for the 2025 season is McDonald's. I'm loving it. This broadcast is made possible by XL Energy, Holly's Drive-In, D&D Winco 2, Post Family Dentistry, Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, KSSL Radio, George's Family Restaurant, Poca Lambro, the Post Dispatch, Payne, Powell, Truett, and Chandler, Post Independent School District, Carson Construction, RRC Wholesale, Harp Girls Holding, Post Car Wash, Swift Stop Convenience Stores, Happy State Bank, Jackson Brothers Meats, Post Plumbing, Heating and Air, and Sonic. Now here's the XL Energy wrap-up show on postsportsradio.com. Well, Post loses the first game of District 2-2A Division I, losing to New Deal Lions, a visiting team here at Redmond Stadium, 34-20. Let's take a look at some of the other scores from around the area. Carter, you got some of those on your phone?
Yes, let me pull those up real quick for you. So let's take a look at some other scores in our district. Rush, you got it?
Yes, I do. So going into the game, we were taking a look at District 1 and games just went final. Panhandle knocks off Sanford Fritch 69-0. Spearman over Sunray 28-6. West Texas Stinnett still undefeated at 6-0 now at 58-6. I would expect them to replace us in the top 10. They defeated Amarillo Highland Park 58-6. They're 6-0 on the year. Big upset. New Home was only a 7-point favorite going into tonight. They shut out Abernathy 39-0. Alton over Floydada 56-0. And as we take a look at some other games as well, Slayton over Littlefield 49-33. Lubbock, Roosevelt, and Muleshoe are tied at 49 apiece with 3:15 left to go in regulation. And just to take a look at some other teams that we played as well, Forsan and Sonora were in a dogfight earlier, but Sonora up over now. The game went final 42-8. And Ozona, I guess this is a misprint. Whoever's keeping track of the game on the Dave Campbell app has it 94-16.
You never know.
So
for who? What's the
score? Ozona over Reagan County, and Hawley upset Anson 39-28. Cisco over Stanford 30-20.
All right, thank you, Russ. We'll look at the stats, both team and individuals, coming up next on the wrap-up show, brought to you by XL Energy. Final score from Redmond Stadium: New Deal 34, Post 20.
In Texas, Fridays are known for one thing: football. High school football just seems to bring people together. That's why McDonald's celebrates that spirit with our $8 hot and spicy McChicken bundle and $10 20-piece Chicken McNuggets bundle. Both include a basket of fries. So hang out at McDonald's and start a new tradition. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Not every pass leads to a touchdown, but every game can be a win with Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post. With high-quality beef and pork cuts of every variety, plus their sausage and world-famous beef jerky, you might have to play some defense around the dinner table. But this football season can be as delicious as it is entertaining. Located at 121 South Avenue H in Post, call today at 806-495-3245 for Jackson Brothers Meat Locker of Post.
On the road or on the go, make Swift Stop your first stop. Located at 124 North Broadway in Post, we strive to make Swift Stop the cleanest and friendliest store around. Whether you pull into our convenient drive-thru or pop inside, you can grab breakfast burritos made with scratch tortillas to fried pies prepared fresh daily to any of the wide variety of snacks and beverages we provide. We have exactly what you need to get you revved up for the miles ahead. We are West Texas owned and we are West Texas proud. So make your next stop a Swift Stop.
Hey, we're back live here from Redmond Stadium. We're going to wrap things up here. First, we're going to talk about statistics. Of course, this being on the XL Energy wrap-up show. Carter Petty here to do that.
We'll take a look at just some quick stats. We'll just look at some of the individual players tonight. Dallas Sumner had a great night for the New Deal Lions. He was 7 for 17 through the air, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. His leading receiver tonight was number 8, Dalton Martin. Plays great both sides of the ball for the Lions, offense and defense. He had 95 yards on 5 receptions for 2 touchdowns. And then their leading tackler tonight for the Lions was number 33, Nash Ginn. He had 6 total tackles on the night. Then for your Antelopes, your leading rusher tonight was number 5, Brandon Curtis, 17 rushes for 73 yards. Leading receiver tonight was Aiden Rodriguez with 3 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown, filling the shoes of Max Cole nicely. And through the air tonight, Josh Segura, 9 for 19, 197, 3 touchdowns. That part was great. Just a couple of turnovers tonight kind of limited the offensive production just a tad bit. And then on the defense side of the ball, your leading tackler tonight, Daniel Carroll, had 11 total tackles. So we're going to go ahead and give your Swift Stop Antelopes of the game. Offensively, for your Swift Stop Antelope of the game, we're going to go ahead and give that to Aiden Rodriguez. 3 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown with a long of 43 on one of those catches. Very nice night for Aiden Rodriguez. He had to step up and play. Max Cole's down this week, so congrats to Aiden for being one of your Antelopes of the game. And your other Antelope of the game, Russ.
We're going to go with Draven Gonzalez as on the night. He finished the game with 5 solo tackles, 4 assists for 9 tackles, and he had 2 interceptions. And those interceptions were big. And remember, he was filling the shoes tonight for Max Cole. So
2 guys that filled in for Max on both sides of the ball of our Antelopes of the game.
As it should be. Now, with Draven, you're not going to get the tone setter that Max is by wanting to take somebody's head off.
Yeah.
But he affected the game in a way he knew how, and that's catch the ball.
Sure. That's what a receiver does.
Yes.
Congratulations, guy. Aiden and Draven, Swift Stop Antelopes of the game. So that's it, guys. All right, so you're looking at the schedule right now on your screen. Next week, the 17th, we go to Alton. We come back home against New Home on the 24th. Floydada, we go there for the October 31st, which will be a Halloween night. Hopefully not scary for us. And also Abernathy will wrap it up here at Jimmy Redmond Memorial Stadium on November 7th.
So next week is big. Just to take a look at the district schedule. Yes, we go to Alton, but you have a chance to get a leg up on some people. New Home is hosting Floydada that night, and New Deal goes to Abernathy. So
that's a big game.
So depending on that game with New Deal and Abernathy, if you take care of Alton, you will be tied with either New Deal or Abernathy in the district standings.
Well, if you're a Post fan, you need Abernathy to beat New Deal. It'd be huge if Abernathy could beat New Deal. That would put the Antelopes in a lot better spot to maybe still be able to win the district title.
And just to give you an idea at the possible playoff picture, we're going to find out a lot. Panhandle takes on West Texas Stinnett over in Stinnett. Sunray hosts Amarillo Highland Park, and Sanford Fritch takes on Spearman.
Okay.
So we're going to find out how this playoff picture is going to shape up starting next week.
All right, thank you guys. For Carter and Russ and Janice, I'm Jim Plummer for Post Sports Radio. You have a great weekend. Be blessed. See you at church on Sunday. And Russ?
For all that's holy, please keep hope alive.
Hey, I want to do something to help Post and Garza County. Have any ideas?
Well, I remember at one of the football games, the endowment group gave away a lot of money to local charity groups.
What's an endowment?
From what I know, it's a permanent pile of money that keeps growing interest. And the endowment group gives away the interest every year.
But I'm not sure that I have enough to give.
Just give what you can. If everyone gave a little, that adds up to a whole lot of money for local nonprofits, which helps us all.
Go to postgarzacountyendowment.org to find out more. postgarzacountyendowment.org. For good, forever. Post Car Wash is the place to keep it clean at West 14th and North Avenue K. Post Car Wash is a modern, soft-touch experience featuring ceramic waxes, a cutting-edge wax that will shine your paint and leave a slick finish. Get the Touch 4 Wash app for a quick, convenient way to pay. You'll get $1 off when you use the app, as well as earn points for future washes. Give your vehicle the attention it needs. 1 block west of Highway 84 behind People's Bank on West 14th. Keep it clean at Post Car Wash.
In the rhythm of small-town life, Pocolambro has been the steady beat, connecting communities for over 70 years. In a world that's always evolving, your connection matters. That's why Pocolambro proudly provides fast, reliable internet services, reaching speeds of up to 1 gig on our fiber network. Whether you're running a business, staying connected with loved ones, or exploring the endless possibilities of online learning, Pocolambro is here to power your dreams with blazing fast internet. Introducing the Smart Hub, our new paperless billing app. Simple, convenient, and environmentally friendly, it puts the power of managing your account right at your fingertips. And when you need support, we're not just a voice on the line. At Pocolambro, we believe in the warmth of in-person service. Our dedicated team is committed to ensuring you have the best experience because your satisfaction is our success. We're not just keeping up, we're leading the way in providing cutting-edge telecommunication services to rural areas. Join us in embracing the future. Your dreams, our connection. Pocolambro, connecting our communities for over 7 decades.
All broadcasts in all and any media form provided by postsportsradio.com are the sole property of Post Sports Enterprises with the permission of the Post Independent School District. Any retransmission of any of these broadcasts, whether partial or in its entirety, for commercial or personal use without express written consent of the Post Sports Enterprises and Post ISD is strictly prohibited. Any violations of these broadcast rights will be strictly enforced and upheld as allowed by local, state, and federal statutes, ordinances, and laws. We hope you enjoyed this post-high school event exclusively on postsportsradio.com.